3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, welcome to week 2 of Kings League. This will be a 2-part episode, of course. We have a lot of ground to cover. We have 12 games from our 24 players. Today, we will be tackling 2 newcomers. We had 2 drops during week 1, and the newcomers will be Takedown, also known as Zach, who will face off with Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo Dude, we saw Yo-Yo Dude lose in week 1, so he'll definitely be looking for a win, and Takedown will be ready to get his
Obviously,
first
Yo-Yo,
win.
you're a winner in our hearts, okay? But you're a loser in the books. I'm sorry. It's just how it is.
That's what matters. The second newcomer will be Benji, who will be playing Gunner. Benji showed up for his first game this week. Benji coming in for Champollion, already taking a loss for Champollion's week 1 miss.
Yeah. So
stepping in.
Benji's used to being behind. That's all I have to say about that.
Some of the returning players, we'll see a Gwen versus MasonWindu matchup, Aristotle and Gadzooks, and it looks like a Jimmy versus Daily game. And we will finish off with our lowest elo conference, the Berserk Conference, where we'll see Mango Lord face Telesforus Games. And
so hyped.
Yeah, we got a couple of good games here. Some that we know are going to be some real knockout games, and others that we expect will be very technically sound and good examples of how you play this game. But can we say high level? These are relatively high level players.
If you think about it like this, these are like high level players in the sense that they're like top 5,000-10,000 in the world. That's pretty high level. Like, how many people try out for, like, how many people play Wimbledon? Is it like a round of, like, is it like the main event for the WSOP where it's like, just anybody can try to get in?
Is it American? I don't know anything about that.
Oh, that's a fair point.
Okay, let's get into.
What about? Whoa! What about McElroy or McEnroe? That guy, you don't like him? John McEnroe. So I think his name is.
I don't think he's played in like 2 decades, right?
Oh, okay, well.
I only know him because he was on. He was in a movie with Adam Sandler. It's the only way I know that guy.
Very funny. Unlike Adam Sandler's movies. Okay. Where to next? I am really stoked about these games. I've been hearing a lot of chat between the players. There's a lot of hype around some of these games, so I'm really excited to see what these players pulled out.
Welcome to Hideout, the home map of Gwen Tiercel. Gwen loves some Hideout. Maky, what does that tell you about Gwen?
Gwen doesn't always quite know what she wants to do, in my opinion. So I think Hideout is a good opportunity for her to not have to decide until the moment, because you can sort of be asking yourself, well, do I want to play an open map? Do I want to play a closed map? I'm not sure. Let me pick Hideout.
A little bit of chatter. Mason says he was wrong. He thought Gwen was going to take Bohemians. And so I assume that means Mason took Koreans specifically to counter Bohemians.
Which to me is really interesting. I think that might be because if Mason's going Koreans, he would want to tower rush the... oh, there you go. He says he was scared of the castle drop into Hussite wagons. Oh, but I guess that's more Maky. There you go. I do know a thing or two about the Bohemians.
Mason says he was afraid of castle drops and Hussite wagons. But I guess that's more
afraid of me.
That's more Maky, he says. Yeah, so Gwen will be playing the Teutons. Gwen chose Teutons as her primary civ. Mason's primary civ is Chinese, but he's opting for his one of the secondary civs, the Koreans.
Just for the listeners out there, Boxer's currently cracking eggs into a frying pan right now while he's anyways MasonWindu giving away a lot of. Well, what do you think about this? I feel like MasonWindu has just given away some key information. That he's not. I feel like Gwen is gonna come out a little like. So one time I played with Gwen and she basically said, "Nomad, you." And so of course I picked Nomad, thinking to myself, you know, this is in the bag. But maybe Gwen has a chance now to sort of play off of Mason's candid honesty.
I mean, you could. I think, looking at Mason's civ choices, though, Chinese, Korean, Saracens, all three archer civs. I guess you could say Chinese can be a cav civ a little bit, too. I don't know that changes Mason's choice all that much. I certainly wouldn't be able to do anything with that information, that he wasn't prepared for Bohemians. Or he was preparing for Bohemians.
Well, here's a very basic example of what you can do with that. If you don't like playing against Bohemians because you feel like Bohemians are so powerful post-imp that you don't know how to deal with their composition, then you just try and kill them in Feudal Age, right? And if it's going to be Hideout, you have Koreans, maybe you think to yourself, you know what would really throw Gwen for a loop is if I just trushed.
I would take into my next game because they will play each other twice. I would hold on to that, right? Maybe either playing Bohemians or not playing Bohemians in the next game. Next game will be Mason's home map, so Arabia or potentially Four Lakes. There's some mind games to be played there.
Yeah, which I do like, and it is interesting to see how it's going to play out down the line. Gwen was pushing deer. This is something I think for basically anybody under 1800 to think about. Gwen was pushing some deer. The deer weren't quite cooperating. Next thing you know, Gwen's got some idle villagers under the town center.
So idle TC time under 20 seconds for both players. Mason under 10 seconds. We're coming up on 8 minutes into the game. 4 on wood for Gwen, 6 on wood for Mason. Korean's a natural archer civ. Anyway, you get free armor upgrades for the archers. I think they're even cheaper. Is that right?
Well, this
Idleville for Mason, kind of stuck in the wood line. Sorry, just saw that.
So Koreans, if I'm looking into the tech tree, they're mostly defensive and naval civilization. They can definitely go archers, but they don't have any kind of bonus like cheaper archers. Where they really shine is in their mangonels. Their mangonel line has a reduced minimum range, and one of their unique techs, Shinkichan, I don't know how to pronounce that. Mangonel line is +1 range, and that's the Imperial Age tech.
Gwen on the way up to feudal, already jumping on the gold. Mason, 26, 25 villagers going to feudal. So fast castle for Mason. Gwen is appearing to do just a normal, you know, maybe Arabia style build. 3 militia coming out for Gwen.
Here we go. I love this though. I love watching Gwen play because I love the fact that Gwen is making militia on Hideout and at the same time also had 2 villagers just long hauling gold. What do you think of this mining camp now by Gwen? It's making me feel a little claustrophobic.
Yeah, the 3 gold side would be good, but she's already off of gold, so I don't know. She's got 4 villagers coming out of the gates. Nobody's on stone, so I can't imagine that's a tower rush. More villagers, so 8 villagers coming with these 3 militia. The militia will be men-at-arms in about 15 seconds. $38 seconds idle TC time for Gwen, 10 for Mason.
Oh, look at this. Mason has gone for like a hyper efficient mining camp here. If Gwen makes it in, that is a serious concern.
Is it though? Just men at arms.
If if Gwen does any kind of archery range behind this, which is entirely possible, or
It is.
there's a tower placed on that gold, Mason's going to have to delete that mining camp.
There's the market, there's the blacksmith. Mason will be going to castle very soon.
Interesting, interesting.
You know,
Here comes Gwen, huh?
I'll tell you what, Gwen has 8 forward villagers. Obviously the scout and 3 men-at-arms. This is kind of a Mike Jet build. Do you think?
Yeah, this is really interesting. I mean, 8 forward is a lot, but I also know that these players are here to play an opponent that they've been preparing for, right? But I mean, we can talk about that in a sec, box. Like, there's so much going on right now. Gwen has destroyed the gate. Mason walled with houses behind it, but while that was happening, Gwen also got a watchtower up.
Another gate coming down on Mason's side. Mason will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 houses to wall this in. No archers for Gwen, so she can't really stop these houses from coming up. Mason with a repair build. Mason with a minute 30 left before using castle. Fletching coming in for Mason. Barracks coming up for Mason. Tower coming up for Mason. Another tower for Gwen. Very busy last 30 seconds. Mining camp for Mason on stone. So he's going to 1 villager down, 2 villagers down, 3 villagers down for Mason as he has to abandon a tower.
Oh, that hurts to watch.
So Mason's thinking towers would be the way to slow this down.
Oh, jeez. Deleting the tower, this is really concerning. Losing vills. Look at the score. But the saving grace is going to be Castle Age. What can Mason do with it? How close is he to a castle? Not
Mason's
at all.
He's in Castle Age now. His first archery range is just now coming up. Villagers and militia beating on houses. Desperately trying to get in. Are they going to get in? Oh. Men-at-arms are in the base.
How can they not get in at this point? Mason can't keep track of everything.
Villagers are in the base. So we got 2 holes in Mason's walls here. Mason's fast, quick walling.
Oh my god.
First tower going to come up for Mason. It's up. It is not going to stop Gwen's Teuton tower.
Oh, Gwen even gets the Vill kill there.
We have a tower battle.
And the Teutons can garrison more villagers inside, so they're just going to be doing more damage.
Another villager down for Mason. Eco Katie 5 to zip in favor of Gwen.
This is brutal. The men-at-arms, there's still 3 of them, Boxer. This is crazy. Oh.
First archer's out for Mason.
Goes down.
Got another archer coming, no crossbow. Again, he's in castle, but not really taking advantage of it, I don't think.
You know, we were talking about Champollion earlier. One of Champollion's favorite phrases is, you know, imp into GG. This might be the castle into GG for Mason here.
Mason's Korean guard towers have 1500 HP. Watchtowers for Gwen have 700.
Yeah, excellent point, Boxer. As the Korean civilization, he is getting those free tower upgrades. So as soon as he hit Castle Age, that tower became almost over twice as tanky. Just keeping him in the game right now, to be honest. Gwen now taking fire on her villagers.
One of Mason's villagers just killed Gwen's scout and just stood over his body, just daring him to stand back up. The men-at-arms have been dealt with.
Yeah. So, oh, but Mason loses more villagers. I can't believe it. He's just losing so many. Mason was not prepared for this. And the funny thing is, he's playing the Koreans. He should have had a little more practice with tower rushes.
Yeah, if you told me Koreans and Teutons are going tower rush against each other, I'm saying Koreans are going to win that. But that is not happening here.
Yeah,
I think you're right. It's the...
Oh,
Gwen has 8 villagers inside that watchtower.
Yeah.
Just slinging arrows.
Mason's sending it. He's got so many villagers committed to this fight.
11-0 Eco KD right now.
What is he doing though?
Villager
Because
counts
this-
39-25 in favor of Gwen.
He's chosen this one guard tower as the tower to basically it's his hill to die on basically. He could have just made another one. He could have made two, you know, but he spent so much stone as well repairing this tower and he's lost so many villagers. What is the vill count now?
39-26, Gwen's going to castle. Gwen has no stone and no one on stone.
Brutal. They're both trying to kill each other's tower with villagers at the same time. Oh, Mason's is up with 30 HP. Gwen's is almost down too. She has no stone. It's down. I can't believe he wins the tower fight. Oh, and Gwen is just laughing.
Alright, you need to catch up with me. I'm like 30 seconds ahead of you.
Fuck, man. How does that happen? You're going at 1.7 speed, right?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, so Mason's falling back to seed some farms. These villagers from Gwen look like they're going to die off. She only has 3 of the 8 remaining. The 2 watchtowers are still there, but they're not threatening anything. And it looks like Mason might have paused this advance. Siege Workshop coming down from Mason. Gwen will be in castle in about 5 seconds. With bloodlines coming in, so we'll see a night switch for Gwen. Gwen dropping a stable and a lumber camp right outside Mason's base. Absolutely no military action happening at Gwen's base.
So now Gwen gets free murder holes.
Couple of archers circling around for Mason, heading on the northeast side. Mason's in the south, Gwen's in the north. So Mason's taking the long way around to maybe cause some mischief for Gwen. Gwen's back on stone. Battering ram coming in to take out Gwen's watchtower, but a single knight could stop that, and it will. Knight coming in now.
Will the tower go down? I don't think so.
Gonna be close,
Huh.
but no.
I think the murder holes might have contributed to keeping that tower up right there. But either way, Gwen is looking like she's in a pretty powerful position here. A spearman though coming out for Mason.
Mason's walling in his wood villagers.
That's gotta feel so bad for him.
We're now looking at 4 knights running through Mason's eco. They're coming back for that tower. This tower is a point of contention.
Yeah.
Mason's watchtower. Gwen fighting under the TC. About to lose a knight. I think that watchtower will go down.
It's clinging on.
Eco KD 14-6, Gwen's favor. Tower drops. Just a handful of knights for Gwen, but they're running through Mason's eco. Killed another villager. Idle TC for both players is above 2 minutes.
And here's the army though for Mason.
Yeah, some of Mason's army finally made it to Gwen's base. 6 crossbows and a feudal skirmisher. Gwen with the
skirmisher.
Gwen with the defensive tower. Another villager down in the middle of Mason's eco.
Gwen losing a lot of knights, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough for Mason. Can you get enough crossbows though? Oh, he's going for a monastery now.
Another villager down in the middle of Mason's eco. 19-6 eco KD. Favor of Gwen. Gwen's making a second town center. Looks like she's getting settled in for the long haul.
Mason's making another attempt on the base, but now he's just standing idle with his army. So do you think things have settled?
It's definitely calmed down for both players. Gwen's still sending knights in. You know, there's a couple of holes left in Mason's walls and base. There's a conversion coming in, so Mason's not taking one of Gwen's knights.
Yep. That's gonna take out that tower potentially.
Yeah, that's gonna change the math here for Gwen, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tower's going down.
That's a big conversion. That conversion really pays off.
Some action up north. Mason came in with the crossbows, lost a few, killed a knight. A couple of towers, and of course the town centers are protecting Gwen's eco from this very small raiding force that Mason has. And one knight is going to just about wipe it.
Oh.
And the second knight will.
More conversion antics, though.
Knights are into Mason's base, killed the monk. Another monk pops out. Can Mason get the conversion? He's going to hide in the town center, it looks like. Oh, he actually hopped out of the town center. Still no conversion. There it comes. And the poor monk will die.
Knights seem to be gone in Mason's base for the time being, though. Except for one that has just managed to destroy a house.
Gwen's selling some wood. Mason's buying some food and stone. Eco counts are 51 to 41.
This game has been brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Gwen with some unnecessary idle time on these TCs right now.
You hear that, Gwen? Unnecessary. Fix that shit.
Just doesn't serve the greater good here. Second town center coming up for Mason finally on the wood line.
Who's winning, in your opinion?
I don't know. You know, Gwen's been the aggressor. I like that. Mason has not really been able to mount any kind of offensive. That really makes it feel like, and obviously with the eco lead, Gwen's eco is in a much better shape than Mason's.
I'm just firing some rocks at this holy man over here.
But I don't think Mason's going to be rattled by this. Rams and or not rams, mangonel and a scorpion at play for Gwen. That'll hold off Mason's archers a little bit.
Yeah, what's his response here?
Well, he's got a mangonel in his siege workshop, so I think we can see a snipe here in a minute.
He's got to be so careful. Oh, the monk goes down to a mangonel for Mason. He's doing some serious damage to these knights now, though. Doesn't have ballistics yet. And the spear is a hero, but that's not gonna... Oh! Did you see that?
What's that?
So the mangonel killed the spear, which was attacking the scorpion. Just a low spearman. Was gonna die anyways.
Ooh.
But the mangonel flattened its own scorpion. Here come the mangonels from Mason.
Yep. I'm a few seconds ahead of you again. And once again, Mason will basically clear up Gwen's invading army. Villager count is now within 4 due to Gwen's absolutely abysmal idle TC times. It's like she's only producing from 1 town center, I think. I keep seeing the same town center just sitting. Whereas Mason, he's on 2 town centers and he only has less than 3 minutes idle time. So he's pumping out the vills. Long term, the longer this game goes, the longer I'm feeling like, the better I feel like Mason's gonna do.
But here's a question. Oh, Mason's just losing mangonels though. Oh no, he doesn't. He saves it. What I was gonna say is, I'm just thinking now about late game. I didn't expect to have that conversation after I saw how aggressively Gwen was playing. But in terms of late game, I'm just wondering whose composition I favor here.
Alright. Eco is tied 63 to 63.
Yeah, that's so clutch for Mason. Lost so many vills early on.
65, 65. Gwen's now producing out of 2 town centers.
Raid on the right though.
Ooh, that'll be rough. Is that not walled in? Not walled in.
No, he had the foundation up but didn't build it at all. The knights are in.
That's gonna hurt. He's not really responding to it.
Is he focused
And now he
on
is.
somewhere else?
I think he was trying to figure out these mangonels.
Oh, but he didn't figure them out. They're gonna go down. One is already down. Trades off the other one, but it's surely gonna die.
Villagers under this TC just falling out to these knights.
Yeah, 1 conversion for Mason.
Villager lead absolutely erased for Mason.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, we've lost 20 villagers just now, maybe?
This is just after he tied it as well.
At least 10 villagers are gone, maybe 15.
Knights are almost cleared up, but what's even left for Mason?
Yeah, knights are cleared up.
Mangonels.
He doesn't have a lot left, and Gwen still has another mangonel and more knights on the way.
Yep. Mason is going for a 3rd town center, trying to secure this stone. I think Mason would really like to get a castle up. He has not been prioritizing stone at all, though. I'm confused by that, because he's only 120 stone away from a castle. And he just built a TC, so all he needed was 20 more stone, and he gets a defensive castle up. Or at least he can try. But wow, what a wild moment there. I can't believe that. The game just swung so hard back in the favor of Gwen. But Mason clawed equality back once. Can he do it again? Frankly, I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, it looks like Gwen is actually producing from all the TCs now.
Yeah, I think Gwen has made that mental shift into...
Except for one. Still one TCs. There we go.
Maybe
Now
Gwen
now
just
she's
always
back
needs
up.
to build... Yeah, beautiful.
Right, castle being dropped in the middle of Mason's eco. That's gonna help.
That's gonna help. Yeah.
Except Gwen is just about ready to go to Imp.
That's not gonna help Mason.
And Mason's not even sniffing Imp right now.
Oh, I mean, is he gonna make it to Imp this game? I think if he might have to do an all-in Castle Age play here. I'm not sure, but Gwen losing more knights, Mason losing more mangonels. You can see the minimum range reduction of the mangonels coming into play there, though. It does get some nice damage off on the knights just before they reach it. But Gwen's raiding again. Villagers are gonna die here.
Mason is just now back to his Vil count before that last raid. Current Vil count, 89 to 68.
Wow. Wow. Just like that, a 20 Vil lead for Gwen Tiercel, who, as you mentioned, has been spending a lot more time looking at Mason's base than Mason has spent looking at Gwen's. this wood line for Gwen has, I mean, it's a wide ranging arc around this lumber camp. The Bills are walking like 7 tiles to get to it. But Gwen has a lot of resources secure. These Teuton farms, which are cheaper, are spreading across the map. And Gwen is sending yet more villagers, a lot of villagers forward.
There's 10 villagers for Mason here in the south corner, sitting on a wood line. There was some indecision. He was going to send them forward, and then he pulled them back. And I don't know if he thought he dropped a lumber camp or what.
Really like this castle by Gwen. It's not the most aggressive castle you can imagine, but it's hitting this this gold here, and it just is basically a base of operations from which Gwen can use her economic lead.
Now when Gwen hits Imp in the next 5 seconds, our Cav will get an extra armor.
Automatically done.
So they're now +4 melee armor.
Yep. Gwen says thank you, Teutons. Builds a ram. The forward castle is now up. And I think Gwen is going to be sallying forth very shortly.
11 villager count lead for Gwen, but Gwen's in Imperial and Mason with 133 food, not close.
Gwen could basically sling Mason to Imp right now if she wanted to.
Mason's
never even took all the deer.
He's selling wood, he's selling food, he's selling stone. And then he bought food. I think he sold food on accident.
I do that sometimes.
I don't know what his plan is. He got about 150 food, 150 gold. He's getting the pikeman upgrades, so I don't know. Plate barding coming in for Gwen.
This is so interesting. Gwen has a trebuchet almost out, and is also queuing up crenellations, which gives the Teutonic castle +3 range.
That'll give her trebuchets more protection.
Absolutely. But for now, content to just attack an archery range with the trebuchet. This push is a little more scattered than I would like. There's knights in random places. But Gwen is also walling in the top side of the map.
Palisade walls as well. 103 vills for Gwen, 100 for Mason, and you can kind of feel Gwen taking her foot off the gas, not making any more villagers. There's a 1 in queue, that'll put her at 106 now. She's sitting on 2,000 food. She could keep booming, but she's feeling pretty confident with where she's at.
I mean, she could drop another castle. She could do a lot right now. I think that there's just so many options that she's trying to get her ducks sorted. And I guess one of those ideas was walling the top of the map, but now there's just idle vills there. The wall hasn't even been finished. I feel like Tiercel is...
Do you see this castle?
Where?
Right outside Gwen's base. This is like a Hail Mary castle from Mason. He's sending 8 villagers.
8 is not... 8 is not enough for the Hail Mary.
He's not hitting anything.
It's like asking your quarterback to throw the pass with 3 fingers. We need 1 touchdown. Chuck a Hail Mary with 3 fingers. That's what 8 vills is for this castle drop on Gwen's base.
But he's not. It's not in her eco. It's not really hitting. It's hitting a wood line that she's not using. See if Gwen's...
Yeah, I don't know. It's the amount of reward for how risky this castle is not worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, this feels over to me.
Well, Gwen is dropping a much more successful castle right now in the base of MasonWindu. That's a Crenellations castle. Look at the range on that castle. That's crazy. As Mason's main town center goes down.
So Gwen can see that castle if she's looking.
The hilarious thing about this is that Mason made it through the gap in the wall that Gwen was making unnecessarily. If Gwen had either committed harder in the south, or finish the wall. Mason couldn't do this, but yet here we are. Who knows what his plan is with that?
54 minutes game time. Current KD 169 to 77 in Gwen's favor. There's a mass exodus out of Mason's base. His villagers traveling alongside knights and Teutonic knights, who are obviously trying to kill them.
Onagers behind as well to clean up all the buildings. Mason got the castle up.
The castle's up. It is absolutely beating down a mining camp.
Beautiful.
For some reason.
I love this. Just as Mason gets it up, Gwen finishes the last stone pile, builds a castle with the idle villagers, and then just proceeds to leave the area. A tower now from Mason, though. Mason's finally getting a trush off.
Mason has a town center that is going to be destroyed by one Teutonic knight. Yep. Stone and wood gone. Making another town center. I just don't know his long-term plan. He's not super close to Imperial. He has 4 military.
He still has a lot of villagers. That is the one thing that can keep him in this game here. Gwen is pushing pretty slowly. Stop tread production after 2. With the resources that Gwen has, Gwen could be producing a lot more military here. Gwen, I think Mason's tactic of trying to spread Gwen's attention by attacking in the north is actually working. He's having a chance to rebuild here, but I think he needs to do more if he really wants to stay in this game.
He's got the production buildings. You know, he's got a lot of archery ranges, a lot of barracks. I see crossbows queued and a couple of pikes.
5 range crossbows right now.
And that's a good response to the Teutonic Knights, but there's nothing that's going to take out these onagers.
Yeah, that's brutal. But Gwen is just not pushing with them. Gwen has basically destroyed all the like the farms, the palisades, the houses, the blacksmith, but not the economy of Mason. I feel like eventually Gwen will realize that there is a huge amount. There are 50 villagers still in Mason's main base that Gwen is only just now starting to see. But Gwen is just pushing very slowly, getting elite Teutonic Knight while making Cavalier.
Very efficient wood camps from Mason, and you can see he's using his wood quite well. He's at 500 wood. He was at 200 a few seconds ago. Mason could do with some quick walls.
There it is. Yeah, Mason could do with an army as well. Where is his army? He was producing military. I don't see them on the map anymore.
17 crossbows in the south that are not really in position to do anything, and I mean, I don't know what they would do.
Drop from Gwen right here is just, I mean, it's gonna be moot by the time it goes up, but the idea is very sound. All of these villagers, can they even get out?
Nope, they're done.
I think he's gonna lose them all.
Yep, all 51. He's at 85 villagers now. Gwen's at 132. So I'll take it back. Gwen did not. She took her foot off the gas for a minute, but she boomed up to 133 villagers. Mason clicks imp.
Huh. Questionable.
And his entire raiding force is gone, including the castle.
Yep. Gwen built 2 more trebs up north for that.
"66 villagers from Mason."
It's dwindling rapidly. It's dwindling rapidly.
And Gwen is dropping castles like they're towers.
Yeah, this is how you trush. This is how, I mean, the castle rush, it's just a crush, right?
It's called a crush. This is how you crush someone.
Yeah, Gwen now has 4 castles in the base of Mason. But still, Gwen is not...
Mason has
making
no
that much army.
he has no stone for a castle. He has no access to stone. Gwen's basically locked down all the stone on the map.
What do you think will happen when Mason hits Imp?
I think
As
he'll call
Paladin comes in for
GG.
Gwen? Yeah, I think he'll be so surprised that he is Imp that he'll just resign. There it is. So losing yet more villagers, down below 60 now.
Gwen at 142 villagers. 6,000 wood, 3,000 food. She's just...
These resources, it really should be over. Gwen, but the thing is, Gwen needs to end it. So what is Gwen going to do to end this game? Because Mason will just keep playing on. He's in Imp now. He can get Arbalester. He could maybe fight this. Gwen is not producing that much military. This is not a given win here. Gwen does need to actually take the victory, even though her score is over double Mason's.
There's Bracer coming in for Mason.
Mason is still trying to win. He's making a mill. He's making new farms. He's trying to take space back. He's got an army. Here come 2 onagers though from Gwen, and I'm not sure how Mason's gonna deal with these. Like,
Even if he
saying earlier,
micros them down, Gwen can just make more. A lot more.
Gwen has a huge economy, but only 5 on gold right now. Getting siege onager.
There it is.
Basically, Gwen spots the southern base of Mason, and that was the end. The last stronghold of not, I guess, just not dead villagers.
That was a very thorough victory by Gwen. Very, like we said, very technical game.
Yeah, Gwen took the steps. At the end of the day, Gwen took the steps required to beat Mason. And I think it's easy to forget how sick that those first couple towers, that tower fight from Gwen, and I think you can see the thinking there, using the civilization's strengths with the murder. The murder holes came into play later as well, but with the ability to garrison more villagers into one tower, just, I think, catching Mason off guard, and Gwen got in control. Mason tried a few things to get back, but I think Gwen just always kept up enough pressure to allow her the time she needed to reach her full boom and just close it out.
Yeah, just
I think
looking
it was,
through economy, Gwen basically collected more of everything except for wood. Military KD was 306 to 109. Gwen's favor.
I mean, Mason did take it in a few categories. He had the faster castle age by 7.5 minutes, which is pretty amazing. Also converted more units, and funnily enough, had the largest army. But GG to both players.
I think what was interesting is, even with the faster castle time, because Gwen was so aggressive with the towers, Mason couldn't capitalize on that spike.
Like, how long was it until he actually did a castle age related thing other than receiving that guard tower upgrade?
Yeah, it was a while.
Which was pretty clutch, I believe. But I would love to see more towers from all players. More towers, especially with 8 vills forward for Gwen. You can make 2 towers at a time. You can be dropping towers everywhere. I love it.
Yeah, that was good. Mason coming off of last week's win against Teapot, and then Gwen coming off last week's loss against Combat Disco. I think both of those players now 1-1. Very good start to the series, and I like that I feel like there's a lot of parity, at least within this conference.
Are you saying parity or parody? Because I feel like you could make a case for both.
We can go either way. I'm down for whatever you're for.
Well, Boxer, I'm down for the next game. Unless you have
Let's-
any more words on this Gwen Tiercel masterpiece. A nice controlled push, but I love how Gwen really ramped up the early aggression from the last game, and it was so fun to watch.
Yep, all out of words. From the Jaguar conference, we'll now jump down to the Huskar conference. We will see Gadzooks versus Aristotle on Arabia. This is whose home game here? Gadzooks' home game.
This will be fun. No matter
So-
what happens, this is going to be fun.
If I remember, Gadzooks had a home match last week and also chose Arabia. Does that sound right?
As far as I can remember, that is absolutely true. And we all know that as soon as I watch these games, I forget everything about them because I want the players to know that I am giving them a fair shake. And that way, well, really the reason I do it, to be honest, is because I like my criticism to be so fresh and poignant and just punchy. I just need to release all my old material.
All right, quick overview of the lineup for tonight. We will have Takedown versus Stierker. We'll have Benji versus Gunner. Hairstyle and Gadzooks coming up now. Jimmy and Daly is kind of like the fan favorite vote for tonight.
Yeah.
And then Mango and Tellus Forest. Mango and Tellus Forest will be next. And then Maky and I will have to change our age version to get the rest of the games.
Age. We're gonna age up.
So Aristotle and Gadzooks. Aristotle playing Indians. Gadzooks playing Mongols. Mongols or Gadzooks primary civ.
Yep.
And then the Indians, I believe, are a secondary civ for everyone. Yep. So Gadzooks playing Arabia with primary civ. Aristotle responding with a secondary civ. Thoughts about the civ matchup?
I am just gonna guess that Aristotle picked Indians, hoping to counter the Mongols. I like taking Indians into Mongols because your camels are pretty effective against all cavalry. So I think Gadzooks might have some trouble here. Gadzooks is obviously a very capable Mongols player, but it's obviously going to come down to a lot more than just civs. I'm looking at Gadzooks' map right now. Has a nice safe back gold. In terms of Aristotle here, Aristotle's gold is definitely a little more exposed, but there are some options for him to defensively wall that. I just wonder, like, are we going to see to the second aggression from the Mongols player here? Is Gadzooks going to bring out scouts as fast as they can? Almost losing a Vil there to the boar.
Four on wood for Aristotle. Signaling archers, I would think.
As the Indians here. Interesting.
3 on wood for Gadzooks, signaling scouts to me. Unless Aristotle's looking for a fast castle.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if this is mind games. Does Aristotle just prefer going archers? Is it a messed up build order? You could see both archers or scouts from the Indians. I just really would have expected scouts. So I'm curious to see what he does as Gadzooks brings in their second rhinoceros. I don't see anything else that stands out to me too much. Aristotle needs to fix his berries, but other than that, The Arabia is just such a tense map for me always, because you know at some point there is going to be a lot of aggression, and I hope it comes soon.
Yeah, no attempts at walling from either player.
Yeah. I
And
don't see
I don't-
any barracks or anything for any kind of early drush.
These are both difficult maps to wall, even if they wanted to.
Yeah,
So-
and I believe in walling. I believe that walling will help you win games, but it's just become so expensive on Arabia to do big walls in terms of time, and the wood, if you are going for tighter builds, I find can be quite cost prohibitive as well.
Feudal for
So-
Gadzooks, 19 pop feudal, so 19 pop scouts.
Yeah, and
Obviously
and
you can
halfway
do
up already.
You can do faster with Mongols if you want, but 19 pop is pretty good for a scout rush.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Gadzooks chose to push in any of the ostrich or zebra, so probably happy with the speed that this is at. I don't think you need to go for, you know, the most cutting edge build in order to succeed here, but I do see Aristotle now sending 2 militia forward. Gadzooks is going to see the barracks. Are they going to find the militia?
Here's feudal for Aristotle, 22 vils. So with the scout, you're calling that 23 pop, but 2 militia already. Kind of a 2 militia drush, a late drush, I think. But
Big
a
fan of the
drush,
militia drush though.
a drush
The staple's
nonetheless.
already half up.
So here's the first, or the Aristotle scout syncs up with the militia. Get a couple of swings on Gadzooks villagers. Gonna cause some idle time as they're running back into the TC. The TC will keep pumping, but the villagers are going away. Good quick response from Gadzooks. Didn't lose any vills.
Scouts now coming up. 3 are already queued up.
Militia fighting some villagers on a hill. 1 villager down.
Yikes.
Scout down for Aristotle. 1 militia down for Aristotle.
I think
No.
Gadzooks needs to do some counter damage here.
Final militia will die for Aristotle as Aristotle enters feudal age.
What do you think of
Aristotle.
this pond in Aristotle's woodline here? How annoying is that?
Yeah, that's a little weird. That's hard to... You know, some of the chat was talking about small trees. We'll switch to that later. But yeah, that pawn would be hard to work with.
Aristotle is going for some walls, but he has actually used his main gold as part of the wall, which is concerning to me. I think because it's scouts, it's not the scariest, but Gadzooks can always put an archery range up and just harass the ever-loving hell out of that gold. Even with a tower, honestly. I'm not sure where else Aristotle would get gold.
So now the scouts for Gadzooks are hitting Aristotle. 4 scouts fighting under the TC a little bit. 1 villager down. 1 scout down. 2 scouts down, actually.
Yeah, this is rough. It looks like Aristotle wanted to finish the walls before the scouts got here, but these walls are just way... You need to small wall your resources if you know scouts are coming.
Yeah, very awkward walling.
Yeah, this is pretty a rough city design here, but he's getting it done. He's getting some farms up. He cleaned up the scouts. I think Gadzooks would definitely have wanted to keep those scouts alive for longer than that. Not even to kill the villagers, but just to continue generating distraction and idle time and forcing walls.
Yeah, it actually took more idle time from Gadzooks, those scouts did, than what Aristotle even caused with the militia. So 1:45 idle time on the TC for Gadzooks. 32 seconds for Aristotle. Even though the score says Gadzooks, idle time says Aristotle right now. Go counts 27 to 24 in Aristotle's favor.
Yeah, Gadzooks does have 4 on gold, so I think Gadzooks is actually putting up an archery range, and is making archers now. I think, given the walls of Aristotle, this is an intelligent play because, again, that gold is the only one Aristotle has access to right now, and it is very exposed. I wouldn't be surprised if Gadzooks forces out a defensive tower, but is it going to be too late for Aristotle to defend this? I don't know. And is Gadzooks even going to make it there, or is Gadzooks gonna let the archers die under the TC? Like the scouts all died to these spears so sadly. And already there are holes in Aristotle's unfinished wall.
Scout raid for Aristotle coming in. We'll take 1 villager.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Maybe 2. 2 villagers. And we'll damage a few others, but not grab another one. Small walls on the wood line for Gadzooks, good response, but there's a hole. And the scouts will make it in.
The scouts just stop there too, and then just watch, and then enter. Spear's coming though. Does a Vill even go down?
No.
There's
One
no
Vill
micro
was
here.
close, but Gadzooks pulled the Vill back, blocked with other Vills. Very good response. Idle TC for Gadzooks right now. We're up to 2.5 minutes as Gadzooks tries to respond to these scouts. Vill goes down.
My gosh.
Eco KD is 4-1. Vill counts are
for Aristotle.
It's the second time Aristotle's been housed. 34 to 27 on the Vill count.
What is the plan from these players? Continuing to make archers is Gadzooks. Gadzooks, how many do you have now? I haven't seen them use it all. Just the 3. So, all that talk that I gave about hitting this gold and just completely denying all gold from Aristotle, Gadzooks has just let the archers sit in the range.
I feel like both players have, taken a couple swings in feudal, and now they're kind of done, right? They're like, okay, we did it. Let's go to castle. I'll see you in castle.
Yeah, it's hard to compare Age of Empires to a boxing match, but if you were, I feel like this is what it would look like. You say, okay, we're gonna sit and think about what we've done.
Like round 1 is done, right? Here's the bell. So we'll come back in round 2 and see what happens.
And Aristotle comes with more scouts, but instead of just going through the side that he already successfully raided through, he goes the other way and does not find a hole, and now just has 3 scouts sort of sitting there. I think if Aristotle had just gone straight for Castle Age from that point on, he might be in a significant lead here. But that being said, he still has a 7 Vill lead.
Archers moving forward for Gadzooks as Castle Age is clicked. Aristotle also clicking Castle, about 15 seconds behind.
Oh, Aristotle's through the wood line of Gadzooks.
Ooh, overchop. There are a couple of weak Vills here from the earlier raids if Gadzooks notices.
One of them's already down.
1, 2,
Oof.
3 Vills. Gadzooks is not really responding.
This is very rough. Very rough.
Could lose 5 Vills. There's 4. There's 5.
More?
There's 6.
Holy.
This will be 7.
Oh,
the entire wood line is gone.
This is where mentally you just pretend that never happened. Otherwise, you will not be able to finish the game. Gadzooks is counterattacking now, though.
Alright, Archer's heading towards that gold you mentioned, but Aristotle has a tower coming up.
Yep.
Current Vill count's 41 to 25 as both players are 15 and 30 seconds from castle.
This is just incredible. This is just Kingsley at its finest right here. Just watching villagers get slaughtered and holes in walls, and the archers are dying, Boxer. For nothing, they're dying.
Yeah,
they kill one
scouts.
scout.
DukeCanada is 12-1 Aristotle's favor right now. Absolutely brutal.
I'll be honest with you. I heard that ping noise of Aristotle hitting Castellage, and I thought that was Gadzooks saying GG. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. This is rough, but Gadzooks, I hope that Gadzooks has just gotten angry. Gadzooks is trying to finish these walls, and I really hope that they're just angry and just ready to turtle, boom, and crush.
Light cap coming in for Aristotle. Cav Archer's getting queued up for Gadzooks. What do you think about that light cav play?
I think it's very interesting. I mean, Aristotle's been finding success with these scouts, but Cav Archer's coming out now for Gadzooks. Is there going to be... I don't know if there's going to be enough Cav Archer to deal with this many light cav. Aristotle could get away with a very significant raid right here. This could be the end of the game.
Right, neither player knows about the other one's military. Here we go. 7 light cav against 5 cav archers. Another villager's going to go down.
Yep. Micro... Not loving this micro here from Gadzooks.
Couple of camels
Aristotle.
queued up for Aristotle. That's a good call.
Yeah, great call. These are pierce armor. These do have more pierce armor than the average light cav because they're Indian cavalry. So
is that right?
4 pierce armor, yeah. Gadzooks chases 2 away, but there are still 4 in the base. 4 light cav. Oh, I think he's forgotten about them.
DukeCanada 16-1, so these light cav are paying off. There's a hole.
Oh, another hole. No way.
Another villager goes down.
People, you need
Another
to
villager
check.
goes down.
You need to check with, use the palisade.
Third
use
villager
whatever.
down.
Gadzooks is not even trying to save.
4th villager
not
down.
even trying to micro. All Gadzooks can do is just type in chat another fucking hole.
5th villager down.
Unreal.
Against light cav that I thought were done.
Unreal.
And the other 2 light cav are coming in the back.
Unreal. And the camels are here. The base is still open. It's 2 stables. Oh my gosh, a 2nd town center even up for Aristotle, and he's putting, he's just destroying with his aggression.
And 2 light cav made it out. 8 cav archers, 9 cav archers for Gadzooks, but I mean, what are we looking at here?
These
7
cav
camels.
don't even have, yeah, and the cav archers don't even have bodkin arrow.
Oh, they're gonna get surrounded.
No. Watch these camels not die from arrow fire.
No, they won't. 3 cav archers already dead, and another villager going down for Gadzooks. Aristotle 54 villagers, Gadzooks 26.
Gadzooks trying to get up a 2nd town center.
I'll tell you what Aristotle's doing great at is attacking, pushing the cav archers back because they want to kind of kite, but then sending a few scouts, you know, on the other side to hit villagers.
Just splitting the army when you have that much power.
DukeCanada 29-1.
Remember, folks, Indian camel riders do an extra 4 damage to buildings, so if you have enough of them, they can start melting through some of these house walls. Gadzooks taking some favorable trades, though. And this 2 villager TC might go up. Oh boy. This is bad. This is bad. This is very bad.
I really thought there would be a lot more villagers die there.
Yeah, I
think we have a scout.
Noticed that
we have a scout on stand ground.
Yeah, I don't think Aristotle noticed that he made it his way into another hole around those berries, but at this point, what economy does Gadzooks have?
Aristotle going for the market. That's wise. He knows Gadzooks' eco can't be great. He doesn't want to leave that market.
Yep.
It's a very smart play at this point in the game.
Aristotle could close this out, but he's going for 3 town centers. I want to see the 3 stable camels here. Just end it. Just get 30 camels and just start just taking down TCs.
I was like, Indian camels get +4 against buildings, so basically siege rams.
Yeah.
If you get a nice mass.
Yeah, and they're fast. So you just, you know, if the cav archers come back, you just run away from the town center, chase them around, right? Another market coming up for Gadzooks.
72 villagers for Aristotle, 32 for Gadzooks. Yeah, those markets are critical. Aristotle circling around the left side of Gadzook's base, checking out what's going on.
Just peeking, you know. But I don't think Aristotle has noticed this wood line yet, because that's a significant amount of exposed villagers.
Gadzook's going to stone. I would imagine thinking there's a little hill here in the base. A castle there might protect a lot of the eco. But also sending 8 cav archers forward for some raids.
Well, we don't know what Aristotle's gonna. We know that when Aristotle got pressured earlier, he attempted to put up these walls that didn't get ever quite finished.
Ooh, 2 mangoes. 2 mangonels at home for Aristotle. They could wipe those cav archers. Alright, a barracks coming down for Gadzooks. A stable will be down soon.
Yep, this is Gadzooks is gonna run out of production buildings at this point.
More camels in because the walls were never finished on the backside of Gadzook's base. And another villager goes down, 31 to 1 eco KD.
This is...
And that's the end.
Aristotle almost has double the villagers. Oof.
Yeah, constant pressure. Similar to the game we saw with Gwen and Mason. Constant pressure on the enemy base. Not letting, even when there's a good defense, hitting from another angle. That's just a good recipe for victory, I think, in this league.
Yep. And Aristotle takes it. Just like that.
Yeah.
Aristotle with the Indians takes it against Gadzooks Mongols on Arabia, and that's 2-0 for Aristotle.
Gadzooks. Or, yeah, 2-0 for Aristotle. 0-2 for Gadzooks, I believe.
Yeah, I am keen to see what Gadzooks has up their sleeve for the next game, because Gadzooks is from Philly, and they're not going to take this lightly. Aristotle, in the meantime, with his Socratic wisdom, his stoic nature, slowly churns out the camel victory here, taking down buildings, taking down an immense number of villagers, and taking down the win.
There's something about camels that, to me, are just demoralizing, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel that? Like, if you get a good push with camels, especially someone going cav, it's just like, what am I supposed to do, right? Like, I've already ticked into cav. You're probably raiding me at this point. I don't have the resources to take into pikes right now. So,
well, usually you just build archers, but the issue with the Indian ones is that the archers just are not as effective as you would hope, and it's so tough because with the Indians, you can just be taking down buildings that you need. So as you know, Aristotle is taking out the barracks, for example. Now pikes are not an option. because there's no more barracks. Monks can definitely get the job done, but when somebody gets ahead of you like this with the Indian eco, cheaper vills, you can be running in pretty quickly into Castle Age. You can be running 3 stables, and you can be hitting people with 20, 25 camels, and it's how do you deal with that with monks?
Yeah, I'm finding Indians are becoming one of my favorite civs, and
I love them.
in addition, they were not a primary civ in this league. So, nope, they were not drafted in the first round. They were drafted in the second and third rounds, which is strange to me.
Yeah, I think people are just starting to catch on. They obviously haven't seen a ton of competitive play, and their playstyle is quite different from other Cav civs. But that was an absolutely fantastic game to watch. Gadzooks, good luck next week. Aristotle, congratulations. What do we got next?
Up next, we will have Mango Lord and Telesphorus coming out of our lowest conference, the Berserk Conference. Average elo in the 1,000 range. I think you can even catch Mango in the mid to high 900s, depending on the time of the week. Let's get there.
Nice. Mango's in chat now as well. He sensed his game coming.
All right. I'll stop
Teapot
at...
Master says, Indians was my top choice in both rounds 2 and 3, but it got sniped just before my pick both times.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, all I can say, Teapot, is get good.
All right, here we are. Mango Lord versus Telesphorus. This was Mango's home map. Mango could have chosen Land Madness. Did choose Land Madness last week. That didn't go very well. So maybe trying something different this time around.
I feel personally insulted. Do you want to know why, Boxer?
Yes. Yes,
okay,
I do.
So, good answer. So, I specifically sat down with Mango and played a game with him on Land Madness. I wanted to see him play that map so bad so I could prove to everybody that I'm a genius. Alas, here we are back on Arabia. The only consolation is that we don't have to watch a game on Land Madness, which is so aptly named because it genuinely drives me mad.
Civ choices here: Vietnamese for Mango Lord and Japanese for Telesphorus. Neither player going with their primary civ. Now, Telesphorus jumped in after we had a drop, so didn't have a lot of choices for their civ. Primary civ for Telesphorus is Burmese. Primary civ for Mango Lord is Franks.
Or Telesphorus. There's a drop, Donrim, and Donrim, the Eternal Troll, picked Burmese as the opening civ, and now Telesphorus is stuck with them.
But also has Vikings as a backup civ. That's not bad.
True.
Oh, about to lose a Ville. Mango Lord just gets that Ville inside the town center in time. Now we got Telesphorus pulling in an elephant. That pull will be fine. Again, this is a 900 to 1,000 elo matchup, so not going to be as clean, not going to be as technically sound as what we saw in Gwen versus Mason. Probably will be as equally technically sound as one of my games, but not one of yours.
I am very keen to see Mango's Vietnamese, though.
I have been watching Mango recently on stream, and of course here in the league, and Mango's shown quite a bit of improvement really in the last month or so.
He seems committed. I think the idea that international travel is returning to Australia might be fueling him. He can finally go to Bali and get a new tattoo. Building that mill with 3 villagers at a time. Also, Telesforos took a bunch of Mango's sheep and then just left them there. Mango had to go back and get them while they were under his town center.
Probably just completely unaware.
Yeah, Telesforos is gonna watch this recording and go, oh.
Oh no. Mango just blocked the elephant with sheep. I'm gonna say on accident, and saved a villager. I will always believe that was an accidental movement.
That's one of the, honestly though, Boxer, like that's one of the ways that I improve at Age of Empires the most is just by making lots of mistakes and then going, you know, that actually was kind of sick. I might try and do that on purpose next time, and then I actually lose the villager because I'm trying to do too many things. But eventually you get good enough at these stupid things that happen by mistake that you become Viper.
Mingo is in chat and has verified that was 100% a mistake.
Well, questions answered. Sorry, Boxer.
It looked very slick, I will say that. It looked very nice. Mingo getting 4 on wood now. Idle TC time, 1 minute, 4 seconds for Mingo. 29 seconds for Telesforos. Let's see.
Telesforos have been very active with their scout.
Yeah, let's look at scouting. That's something that you start to see or not see at this elo. Mingo is found Telesforos' base. Telesforos is already all over Mango's base.
Yes. So Vietnamese are so noob friendly. You don't even have to think about it. You just know where they are.
That is true. We have an idle scout for Mingo. You're going to see that here at this elo, not something... The scouts aren't going to be super active, as they're kind of focusing on the eco. 2 militia queued up for Telesforos. We'll see 2 militia drush. Potentially men-at-arms, as we have 3 on gold. And then for Mango, Vietnamese already has 3 on gold. Pretty safe to assume archers are coming. I'm right at 10 minutes. Where you at?
I'm exactly perfectly aligned with you.
Okay.
Always, forever.
Okay.
My brain is just slow. My brain is the problems with my brain, not my computer.
All right, here's Telesforos scout walking right under Mango's TC.
Very suspicious.
Just checking in. Just checking in on stuff.
Even his snap hill. Just like that sure got away with that one.
It's like, what are you cooking here? Oh, goat. Good. I like goat.
You know what's funny about those moments is that it's entirely possible, in fact plausible, that neither of them was aware that happened.
Yep.
Oh, and it's going back under. What?
And Mango saw it this time. Men-at-arms coming in for Telesforos as the 3 militia close in. Coming up on the left side, heading towards the berries. Another telltale sign of a rush here is when the scout just stops. It's like right outside your berries. It is waiting for the men-at-arms.
Yeah.
And here they come. Militia will come in on a villager. Mingo will respond by running. Good response.
The rest were saved. The rest were saved. That's the good news.
2 archery ranges up. Good natural counter to the men-at-arms. Some small walls on the gold.
I love this house. This is hilarious. It's like so efficient in all of the worst ways.
But the men-at-arms are going to get into the gold. And will immediately... I don't even think they made a swing. They didn't hit any of those villagers and pulled every one of them off gold.
But the gold economy of Mango was just shattered for a while. I'm gonna give that a recession rating.
Some idle vills here for Mango for sure. As he tries to respond to these men-at-arms. A little bit of cat and mouse. In the meantime, Telesforos is completely walled at this point. Mango hasn't even considered walling.
Even aside from the Vil kill, I actually really like this Men-at-Arms rush from Telesforos, but I'm curious to know how the economic impacts will carry on through the games, or if Telesforos has been distracted. He's busy at home though.
Yeah, Men-at-Arm goes down, Scout goes down. There's a literal hole in Telesforos walls, just like one palisade worth of holes. I don't know what that's about.
One of the visually one of the funniest things. Usually what happens is there's like one tile of unscouted area, and you say to yourself, I need to remember to go fill that later. And then you don't remember until you see units coming in through the hole. Like Mango's scout has now come in through that hole.
So 2 minutes, just over 2 minute idle time for both players. The Men-at-Arms are coming back in for another swing. They'll die here. The 7 archers.
They
Maybe.
escape again.
Telesforce could just have these guys on.
So funny.
On just like a stand ground patrol, just to keep Mango occupied. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about it. Those archers are not in the base of Telesforos going through that hole, right? Because they're trying to figure out where the hell these Men-at-Arms are. But Mango, I don't think has the mental capacity. That's gonna sound really bad. He doesn't have the APM. The number of decisions. He's got so much else going on right now. He doesn't have the chance to chase them.
But both players with double bit axe, both players with horse collar. They're utilizing their wood pretty well. I see the wood counts are staying low. So they're getting houses down, they're getting production buildings down, they're getting farms down.
Yep, things are looking pretty smooth actually. This is one of the more calm games we've had so far.
Telesforce has made a switch into archers and a few skirms. It does not have fletching, so this fight will not go well for him.
Mango knows about the hole. Is he going to go through it? Because he could take this fight right now. But I don't know if he wants to. Archers are just at a standstill.
Mango is starting to finish off his walls.
Oh, Mango.
That hole is being patched.
Yeah, he had all the time to get through, but like even now though, the palisade, the villager had to run.
Look at this like big brain play with the market.
Yeah.
Because the archers can't reach the villagers at that point.
Telesforos is going for some fancy walls here. Look at this.
That's a pretty high level play with that market wall. I'm impressed.
These archers, they're just sort of like splayed out. They're all in a. It's so interesting. It's like synchronized archery. And folks, if you want to see what we're talking about, come to our YouTube channel, Kings of Age.
Still no fletching for Telesforce. If he takes this fight, he's gonna lose. Of course, Mango could click in there and see if they have fletching.
Mango, does he even notice these vills? Now he sees it. Now he sees it. A vill goes down though, so he does get some value. Some. And he's ahead a few vills right now.
Alright, both TCs idle right now. This is a very intense moment.
I love idleness as an indicator of how much else there is going on.
Oh, Telesforce wants to fight now. Deletes the palisade, walks out.
Mango walks straight up to him as well. They both want to fight.
Numbers are even, if not a little bit in favor of Telesforce. But again, fletching still not in. 10 seconds until Telesforce has fletching. Might be waiting for that. And yep, Telesforce is on the move. Telesforce will have a hill advantage.
He's got the armor upgrade as well. Mango's forces are divided.
Yep. Mango's losing this engagement. Just a few seconds earlier could have easily taken that, and now we'll need to fall back.
He needs fletching. He's going for Castle Age instead.
seeing the archer numbers is enough to have Telesphorus run off.
It's only going to get worse for Telesphorus, though. It literally can't get better for him. Keep in mind, 20% bonus HP on these Vietnamese archers. Mango's cleaning house right now. He knows it too. He just marches up that hill into the line of fire.
Yeah, Mango halfway to castle. Telesphorus doesn't have the gold for it. This might be over here in the next 5 minutes.
Well, let's see how Mango pushes his newfound advantage.
Sell some wood, and now Telesphorus is up to castle. Never mind.
Okay.
A good note, Mango was able to come out of that with 19 archers. That'll be a good mass when they turn into crossbows. Telesphorus has 11 archers and 4 skirms.
I'm really surprised Mango's not going forward right now. With those archers. What is he up to? I think
got
he's focusing on
one.
his walls.
One is forward. Maybe scouting.
Just one archer.
Still
just
have
sort of scouting.
2 minute arms in the back of Mango's base. Just probably forgotten about.
I mean, Mango has a siege workshop coming up, right? But it's all the way in the back of his base. When he's the one that has all the advantage, that workshop really should be forward on that hill that was contested earlier. But he is moving his army forward. It's just going to take an extra 20 seconds for those mangonels to make it to the fight.
Alright, there's crossbow. Bodkin's already in. This is the time to take some fights.
Yeah, get that hill bonus. You want to get that hill bonus and shoot down on that palisade. Oh no! He sees the hole! He sees the hole! There's another hole! Oh my god! This is one that was deleted by Telesphorus Games a while back to let some bills back into the base. And he's just in.
So we have one archer alone on the south side of Telesphorus' base.
Hilarious.
Active though.
Comedy.
Alright, here's the engagement. Telesphorus is engaging before crossbow, before Bodkin.
Myco. There's no Myco from anybody. He's attacking the mill. He's attacking the mill. No, kill the... Oh no, the town center's getting involved. It's killing archers. Wow. Who came ahead there? Who would you call that fight for?
I don't know what's happening.
Mango is full retreating out of the base, so I think that is a win for Telesphorus, regardless of what damage was actually done. But
So here's that lone crossbowman.
Yeah.
I think the plan is for that, because he's active with this one crossbow.
Yeah,
I think the plan is to just set him at this wood line and hope Telesphorus doesn't notice.
It's so brutal though, because if Telesphorus wants to safely take wood here, Telesphorus has to deal with that crossbowman.
He does notice it. He will go handle it. I thought maybe with the attacks on the front side he wouldn't notice it.
Yeah, but look at the damage this crossbow's... I think a pro player here doesn't even react to this. They just send 2 of those skirmishers over. But there's all these idols. The entire army had to go all the way south. They've killed 1 crossbowman. And now Mango's on the move. Where is he going? He's prowling around. He's going to destroy this gate with 3 volleys. He's in. Again.
But he's not. He's in, but he's backing out.
Backs out. Backs out.
Just looking at resources, I don't know. I don't see Mango on stone, so there's not going to be a castle drop. There is a mangonel coming in. Military numbers 36 to 24. Vil counts 51 to 45, both in favor of Mango. Stone gate coming up in place of that palisade gate that went down. Alright, starting a little bit of a siege, attacking the barracks, the Teleforce's base. Similar theme to the last few games we've watched. You know, We spent most of our time now at Telesforce's base, which is usually not a good sign. We do have a mangonel, 2 mangonels in response inside Telesforce's base, but those could be difficult to manage at this elo.
I can't believe Telesforce has gone for 3 town centers and just gotten away with it like this.
Alright, the archers from Telesforce are just avoiding all this fight.
Wow.
I like that. Snuck right past Mango.
Boxer, don't tell me that Mango finds out about this and sends his entire army back again.
So these mangonels will be critical. 1 down. Alright, 1 for 1, and then Telesforce is left with 1. Mango will fall back. Telesforce taking the hill. Has some skirms mixed in with his crossbows. Does not have Bodkin arrow.
Love it, love it. This is fantastic. Mango has Telesforce right where he wants him. Telesforce
yep.
isn't paying attention.
Yep, that's brutal. That was gonna go bad for Telesforce. Really has twice the archer numbers, even with the skirms mixed in for Telesforce. We kind of have like both armies sitting on a mountain or sitting on a hill.
I mean, this could be Leary versus Valessa right now. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And now you'd be able to tell the difference.
That's the mango. And now you know.
Oh no! Oh, Mangonel goes down. 4-0.
Now these 2 mangoes can be hard to deal with unless Mango Lord has some micro here. A little bit of like...
Oh my god. This is making me nervous.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh.
Some big damage, but they're Vietnamese
1 mangonel
crossbows.
down. 1
They're
mangonel
Vietnamese
down, 2
crossbows.
left.
They can last. I mean, they're not gonna last forever. He keeps taking hits, but here come
Here's
knights.
a knight.
That
You gotta
knight's
push. You
gonna
gotta support
die.
that knight.
Jeez.
You're running out of room to run. You gotta take it.
Oh my gosh.
Shoot it. There you go. Take the hill. Good.
We're doing it, Mom. We're doing it.
Mangonels are
Let's go.
so hard to handle.
More knights. More knights just dying. Unupgraded knights. Oh, like Cav coming out now.
I felt that one. Like right in my chest. I felt it.
And this is exactly what I was hoping wouldn't happen. Mango Lord pulled everything back. Has now lost a lot of his forces in an over-exaggerated defense, and now he's trying to get some damage on Telesforce again. But his threat is just diminished greatly.
A good response from Telesforce. Sees the crossbows. Kind of felt them coming back. Pulls into the TC. Here's a good forward castle by Telesforce. Not too forward, but it will protect the gold. It is on a hill.
Yeah. It's a good typical positional castle. I have no complaints, except that the entire right half of his base is completely exposed.
That's
And
okay
there's
though.
a gold
Another
to protect
castle.
there.
Another castle can do that. This will
Another
be a
castle
focal
can.
point though. This will be something Mango knows he's got to deal with. There's a random barracks at the front of Mango's base from Telesforce.
I like this very. Like, how did it get there? I'm not joking. I did not notice that in any capacity coming up.
I think it might have been during like the Mangonel chaos. I think there was like one villager who was just building away.
Yeah. This wood line though from Mango is just atrocious at this point. Mango's got several questionable wood lines here. And now Telesforce is taking the score lead.
Ooh, because I missed it. There are a lot of crossbows died in Telesforce's base. I was not watching that.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit concerning for Mango. He still has the Vil lead, even though Telesforos had the 3 town centers for much longer. I'm guessing that Telesforos has just been experiencing some unfortunate idle time.
Telesfor is losing a few pikes that could be critical here. Also coming out with Mango's own forward castle. He's gonna abandon that idea pretty quick.
Yeah, he does not have map control anymore. And these light cav are not going to get it for him. Only +1 armor, no attack upgrades, no bloodlines.
Lots of food, lots of gold for Mango. We could be pumping out lots of wood that needs to be spent. We could be pumping out knights right now that I think would help. A nice knight crossbow combo would be really good here. Samurai coming out for Telesforce.
Nice, you have to. And I just want to apologize to Mango. You do have bloodlines, but everything else I said is true. The samurai are hilarious to me. I feel like he just had to do that. Why else would you pick Japanese on Arabia, right? If you didn't just love the Civ.
Now here's a good castle from Mango. Very aggressive. Gets him extra stone. Threatens the siege workshop.
Yeah, and this is creating like a weird yin yang thing on the map here. They're kind of curling around each other.
Telesforce flirting with coming in. I will say one thing in favor of Telesforce. Telesforce is spending wood. There are a lot of production buildings out here. A lot of farms. Mango's floating a little more wood than I would like. Mango is going up to Imperial Age. Which I think is a play. I don't know if it's the best play, but I think it's a good play.
You gotta do something, right? You gotta do something.
Oh, here's a good mangonel shot. Is it gonna land? Not bad.
But you can see how tanky these Vietnamese skirmishers are.
I was gonna say, seeing how long it took for these 11, no, almost 20 units to kill one skirmisher, I would be pumping into skirms right now.
Yeah, and Mango's
Oh,
nice now.
Telesforce trying to micro, and it not working.
Love it.
Mango will save this mangonel.
Yeah, he gets
Nope,
great value
it's
too
gone.
out of the other one.
That was a really good engagement for Mango Lord.
Definitely stabilized things a lot. You can see they've traded off a lot of their army. I don't know if either of them had like an intent or purpose behind those decisions, but it's happened. And now the game has slowed down once again.
You can see Mango wants to get rid of this barracks, but doesn't quite have the units to do it right now. These pikes and these samurai just getting thrown by Telesforce for no reason.
It makes me wonder what Telesforce is up to.
At some point,
Yeah,
the men-at-arms behind Mango's base died. They're gone.
The men-at-arms, when, how?
They've been there since Feudal Age.
Oh jeez.
Alright, so there's Imperial Age for Mango. I would say Telesforce is sweating because he's not close to Imperial.
Trebs now queued up in that very forward castle for Mango. And Mango has mined so much stone. He has enough stone for 2 more castles, and he's just placed one defensively, fronting that castle from Telesforce. I like this.
Yeah, I like that. That was his original castle that he wanted and abandoned earlier. 2 siege workshops coming up for Telesforce. He already has 1. But again, Telesforce is doing a really good job of spinning that wood. Oh, look at this castle. Do you see that super aggressive castle from Telesforce?
Where is he going with these villagers?
Oh, canceled it. And
Yeah, I think
That
he
castle
realized-
doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, not in love with this one. Because look at the right side of Telesphorus' base. I feel like this castle from Mangalore could be more aggressive, but it is doing a lot right now. And now the trebuchets from Mango are out. They are firing on the town centers of Telesphorus. Things are starting to look a little bleak for the Japanese team.
All right, there's the imp click up from Telesphorus. And at least he had the presence of mind to put it in a protected town center, not the one that just died. Arbalest coming in for Mango. Plate Barding coming in for Mango.
He's getting everything. I think he wants to end this game.
I mean, both players are in okay positions, but I'm leaning towards Mango with the win here. Mango just has military. 56 military to 20.
Well, this is where either player could really find their stride, and I just feel like Mango is finding it first. I liked where Telesphorus was going in the Castle Age, but Mango seems to have an idea as to how to do this imp. It's just kind of slow. These trebs haven't really moved since that first town center went down.
The Trebs also aren't being protected by much. You know, a couple of scouts could run in there and take them out, even with that castle. I'd want to consolidate my army. But here's a third Treb.
Yeah, here we go. So I think he wants the frontal assault now. I think he's ignoring the right flank.
Telesphorus getting chainmail armor to upgrade his infantry that he has 10 of. That's just not going to do anything.
The samurai are coming in though. Mango tries to wall behind it, realizes that one villager is not going to last against all those crossbows and skirmishers. And Telesphorus is now in Imperial Age. What's his plan? Trebuchets? One trebuchet queued up.
Alright, a little bit of raiding from Telesphorus. Some Vils will die, but that's not going to be game changing.
Yeah, very idle eco now in the top half of Mango's base, but we'll clean up the raids. And then he's able to return focus to the pressure that he's putting on Telesphorus, just knocking down that castle now.
There's another castle coming up for Telesphorus, right up against some Mango farms. That's kind of a desperate castle.
Army. Yeah, that castle should be defensive, to be honest. I don't think this is going to throw Mango out too much. He's already got the trebuchets there. Will it even go up, though? I don't think so.
It should not go up.
Mango's army is stuck. So he's just kind of watching it go up now.
There's one villager. There we go. He got pushed off of it finally.
That was so close.
91% doubt castle for Telesphorus. Got some light cav coming in, doing some raids for Mango. It's a very good unit to have right now. And I think this forward castle push will be wiped up. A couple of samurai into Mango's base. Pretty common to not notice something like that with so much going on. But they are doing work.
Yeah, I always hate looking back at a town center that I thought was completely safe and realizing it's completely vacant.
There we go. Telesphorus had enough. Calls GG.
Gee. Wow. That was 1,000 years of history packed into one game.
Yeah, that was a good game. Very aggressive castles.
I'm impressed. I feel like a lot of the players in the Kings League, even if their elo isn't that high, you can just tell they have potential, and that if they keep playing, their elo will just continue to rise. I mean, both of these players showing a lot of areas where they've just improved a lot, or they're just sort of putting some ideas together that haven't quite all come together yet.
Yeah,
And
good responses to what they're seeing. Good responses to
Yeah.
some of the scouting information. It feels like at this elo, and I'm this elo, but it feels like at this elo, it's like kind of like watching like big battleships fight. You know what I mean? Like slow to turn.
Yeah.
But once they get there, you know something big's gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
that fight with the mangoes up in that top right corner. You know those 3 mangonels are coming, and like either they're gonna wipe Mango Lord's army or they're gonna do nothing and get smacked.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like there's so many of these epic moments where you're just sort of waiting with bated breath. It's not like the pros where you're like, is he gonna get in? Like, oh, the micro. It's just like, here come the armies. The armies are approaching each other, and now they're in a standoff. It's
There's
like
a lot
watching
a lot of build up, a lot of tension, and I like that.
There is a lot of tension. I get very nervous for all these players. I do, because it doesn't matter what elo somebody is. At the end of the day, they're a human being who with feelings and emotions and idle TC time.
With
So
feelings and
you're
emotion and idle TC time.
I mean, you're watching the decisions, right? And at the end of the day, it's just whose decisions are going to overcome the other player's decisions and their ability to execute. And sometimes the ability to execute is not all there. Sometimes the decisions are not well informed, but it makes you think of like World War II, Winston Churchill sitting in a bunker with Charles de Gaulle and just being like, what happened to the Trebs?
All right, Jimmy and Daly on another Arabia match. This was a choice by Jimmy because he had home. Jimmy could have chosen Crater, which is his home map. Of course, all the players drafted one home map, and when it's their turn to be the home player, they can choose their home map or Arabia. Jimmy also went with Ethiopians, which is his primary civ, his unique civ. And Daly took Magyars, which is his unique civ. Probably one of the first matchups where we had both unique civs at play. Maybe not the very first, but there haven't been a lot with both unique civs, Maky.
I'm really concerned about the fact that Ivy Daly's not here because the crowd is turning against him. Everybody wants Jimmy to win. So, if only because of that, I will be the bad guy. I'm cheering for Daly this game. Wait, we're supposed to be unbiased, right? Okay, I didn't say that. Cut that out.
I don't think we're supposed to be unbiased. I don't.
Okay, in that case, put it back in. Daly. Come on, Boxer. Daly. Nah, Boxer's a Jimmy guy. I can tell.
I'm a closet Jimmy guy.
I can tell by his hat.
Jimmy's a good hat guy, so I'm gonna go with Jimmy. I'm gonna go like light Jimmy. I'm not full on Jimmy.
Oh, we got some Daily cheers. We got cheers for both teams. This is fun.
All right, 4 veals on wood for Jimmy. Obviously, Ethiopians gonna make a play for archers. 3 on wood for Daly. So you're probably gonna see some scouts coming out of there with Magyars. Magyars get the extra. They automatically get the extra damage upgrade when they hit feudal. So, what is it? Blast furnace. I can just look
Blast
up here.
furnace?
Forging. They get forging.
I don't remember these things. Here's my theory. High elo players don't know this stuff, but low elo players like know it like freaking rookie stats of baseball.
I think high elo players know the effect. They may not know the term.
I'm like,
they
you
probably
need
know the
that thing, fletching. But I'm actually horrible, so I don't get fletching as nearly. I forget fletching more than I should, for sure.
Pretty good lures for Jimmy.
Oh, but you should see Daly's lures. Oof, I'll wait. He's doing some fancy bullshit over here. This is giving me a headache.
A little bit of wasted food for Daly on that rhino,
funny.
but not the end of the world. And a pretty calm Dark Age.
Yep, not too much going on.
So let's talk about map and walling. It looks like these are both pretty decent starting points to wall from. Maybe a little bit of favor towards daily.
I don't hate Jimmy's map though either. I really don't. He can almost get to the corner there. I mean, so could Daily. I mean, it would be fascinating to me if we saw both players go for big walls and then go for a fast castle or something, or if we saw one of them do it, because it's very feasible in my opinion right here. We might see a player like Kazva do this. I've seen Kazva slap down like full Dark Age walls in like 7-8 minutes in the game on Arabia. New Arabia.
Daily goes feudal at 20 pop. Jimmy had a little bit of idle time and is going to drop 2 more villagers and go up at 22 pop.
How's the idle time?
30 seconds for Jimmy, 5 seconds for Daily.
That's literally a villager difference. Wow.
Daily has some small walls on his wood line, but I think there's already a hole in it, so maybe 2 holes. Daily has 9 lumberjacks on 1 lumber camp. Don't know what I think about that.
Things are getting a little chaotic in the daily camp over there. Meanwhile, Jimmy is calmly just pushing in ostrich.
Let's look at scouting. Jimmy's kind of calmed down with the scouting, I guess because he's pushing in the ostriches. Daily's just now getting a feel for Jimmy's base. Some weird scouting for Daily. I don't know why he went all the way down into the south there. Alright, stable coming up for Daily, obviously. Got enough food to get a couple scouts out. 20 seconds till Jimmy's in. Feudal. You're seeing some small walls on Jimmy's wood line. Jimmy also just with 9 lumberjacks on 1 lumber camp. Am I missing something here? I normally go 5 per lumber camp.
I think it's this. There's like hot build orders, right? So only going 1 lumber camp is like allowing people to get stables up faster and stuff like that.
I get that, especially with archers. I struggle to have wood. At least wood enough to produce.
My suggestion to people is like, look, if your TC's idle for 30 seconds, like you're not getting the Guinness Book of World Records scout rush time. You know? So, like, I wouldn't stress, if you're like really struggling with these technical builds, like don't stress too much about trying to accomplish them.
It is critical though, with archers, to get archers in to the enemy base as soon as possible.
I just let them pile up until I have time to use them. That's how I do it. I'm like, oh shit, I have like 20 archers and I actually have time to go fight now, because I'm so freaking focused on like, oh my god, are there holes in my walls? I'm like scanning all my walls and stuff. That's why I like archers. Scouts is more stressful for me.
So Jimmy kind of filling out the scouts, knowing they're coming. Already had spears ready. Doesn't know where they're at now, but he will be able to respond to it. Here's another lumber camp for Jimmy. Archers on the way. Let's see what Jimmy's seeing here. Not seeing the scouts necessarily, but
I will say this though, like Jimmy's lumber camp is not looking bad, right? Even though it has 9. Like, yeah, it seems like it's working. Dailies is like a little more bumpy, but Jimmy did find a good wood line if you're gonna do this.
All right, Jimmy already pulled those spears down. Good reaction. and archers for Jimmy already on the move. Good walls for Daly. He walled out towards Jimmy. He's open in the back, but especially with archers, it'll take a while to walk over there. Fletching just now coming in for Jimmy. That'll be nice to have in a minute.
Fletching. Fletching is something I always, like, I rarely allocate resources for fletching. I rarely do.
Daly's made a point not to push the fight against those spears. And he's bringing these scout cav back. And he lost one. And he lost two. Lost three. Killed an archer. All four dead.
Ouch.
Ouch. Skirmishers coming up for Daly. Wheelbarrow coming up for Daly. He's pretty close to castle anyway.
Sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, Daly fans. Sorry, Daly fans. I'm sorry you had to see that.
Jimmy's looking okay, but really not set up to go to castle anytime soon.
But Daly's not even walled. Like, by far, he's not walled. But I don't know. I don't get the sense that Jimmy wants to put too much pressure on. I feel like he's focusing a lot on setting up his own walls, figuring out his own economy here. He doesn't really seem to be microing his units too much.
A little bit of a dance here at Daly's gate. Jimmy knocks down the gate and walks away. He sees the skirms. Probably doesn't want to lose a lot of archers right now. Stable coming up for Daly. Daly's already clipped castle.
Boxer, how great is this? It looks like we might make it into Castle Age without everyone being raided into oblivion. I think these people might actually be able to execute some of their plans. Like, I'm pretty excited right now.
A little bit, but that was some weak feudal aggression.
Yeah, I like the feudal aggression.
It felt half-hearted though.
Right. I think both players were like, look, I just kind of want to get to my thing. And I mean, Daly is almost in Castle Age, right?
Jimmy's here. Jimmy, remind me, do you play with Daly a lot? You guys play in the same group? Or Maky, you can answer if you know. I don't know.
Daly is a man of great mystery, right?
Alright, Jimmy does not play with Daly normally. I was wondering if there was some kind of respect for each other, like they know.
Oh, like a mutual. I think that when you know somebody, you try and beat them in like Dark Age, right? Because you're like, I could take this guy. Like every person I know, I'm like, Marcelo, Tequila, whatever. I could probably take him in a Dark Age, right?
This
probably
is Jimmy's.
if I just commit.
This is Jimmy's first game against Daly. Daly coming into castle right now. So maybe this is just
like
them filling each other out.
Yeah, exactly. Getting the size of things. Daly has like one hole in the wall here, but you can see Daly is holding it down with skirmishers.
Right,
This is really interesting to me. This is around my level.
Daly's in castle with knights coming out. Two stable knights. And Jimmy's thinking about castle. He has paused guild production to get up to castle. That's probably wise right now. The knights are grouping up outside Jimmy's base on a hill.
Yes, and folks, notice how they're not going in one by one.
Skirms are coming up with them. Yeah, even with knights, there are 23 archers for Jimmy, and that'll hold off quite a few knights. Castle Age clicked for Jimmy. There's a stable coming up for Jimmy.
Come on, can we get a forward build to cut down this one tree in the wall, please?
Front gate is under siege at Jimmy's base. It's gonna drop pretty soon. And you see the damage these archers are doing against these knights. Feudal archers against castle knights.
He's in, Boxer.
He's in, but he's not going in. Again.
Ah, come on! It's just spears. They're not even good. Come on, Daily.
Just kind of filling each other out.
Skirmishers are for. Go! Now the archers are here.
There's a forward siege workshop from Daily. And this is not abnormal, right? You know, for the knight player to pressure the opponent's base first.
Look, here's what I find abnormal. How these guys can stand and not, like, trying to fight and stuff on Arabia. Why is everyone playing this like it's freaking classical chess?
Oh.
This is so slow.
Daily finds a hole, knocks down a half-built house. We have 6 knights into the eco. Jimmy had a few spears that automatically became pikemen when he got to castle because of the Ethiopians.
He's on the wood line, that big wood line we were talking about.
Crossbow already in for Jimmy. 6 villagers down for Jimmy. Those pikemen coming in clutch, wiping out those 6 knights. Jimmy's crossbow's basically untouched in numbers. Oh, big mango shot right in the center. 2.
Boy.
It's like we lost 5 crossbows right there.
I wanted to see the delete on that first shot.
5 crossbows, but a lot are heavily damaged. 21 crossbows moving forward. There's a forward siege workshop for Jimmy now. Jimmy's
forward monastery, which is just looking so awkward now that there's these crossbowmen wandering the field.
Jimmy has defended his base. He's now putting the pressure on. Camel's coming out for Jimmy. Daily abandoning his wood line. Daily with 4 military to Jimmy's 33, but also 51 vills to Jimmy's 38. So Jimmy's had 3.5 minutes of idle TC time. Daily's only had 40 seconds.
No, not the pops the mangonel out. Just why though?
Yeah, mangonel just thrown by Daily.
Why? No, dude.
The pressure is on for Daily now. Daily has to respond. Daily's missing an armor upgrade, as the chat points out.
Light cav on the way for Daily. Not sure what that's for.
It's the second time we've seen that light cav come out in the Castle Age.
If there are none more mate, no, he queues up more. What is he doing?
Here comes the chain barding armor for knights. You did not want to take this engagement if you're Daily, but he's doing it. All those knights are gonna die.
You just don't. It's a
34 military to 2 in favor of Jimmy. 60 villagers to 45 in favor of Daily.
Jimmy. See, this is pressure now. Now Jimmy has pressure. Jimmy knows what he wants to do right here.
Jimmy's doing whatever he wants.
Dude, he's playing Call of Duty right now. I mean,
just headshots.
Yeah, he just wanders around, headshot. Look at that, 2 at once. Oh. These are those great moments that you just feel like you've already won the game. Like, there's no way they could ever come back from this destruction.
But if you're gonna come back from it, you're gonna have to boom, and that's what Daily's going for.
Yeah. What I like here is that Daily has like allowed some villagers to die, but has actually like set up the preparations to reboom. So even though he's losing villagers, he's not giving up. He gets the sense that Jimmy's on 1 TC aggression right now.
Jimmy has now taken Ville lead, 48 to 45. The thing is, Jimmy has counters for anything Daly tries to make. Mangonels, he's got camels. Knights, he's got camels and pikes.
That's why Daly is trying to hashtag age up.
With 40, I can say with 42 food in the bank, he is not trying to age up.
Oh, I mean, he's trying to get to the. Okay, I used my hashtag at the wrong time. Let me think of a new one.
He's trying to hashtag boom.
He's trying to. Boom, yeah. No.
Whereas Jimmy is hashtag boom headshotting. Here come the mangonels for Jimmy. The mangonels outrange the town centers, so we'll be able to put some pressure on those pretty soon. Forward town center by Jimmy just to take one of Daly's golds.
That's hilarious. I played a tournament set today. I actually played it with Takedown 66, aka Zach P Music, who is the latest addition to the Kings League. We played 3 games. And one of them I was proud to say I built a town center in between the 2 towns on purpose. It was so sick. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, just a lot of aggression from Jimmy. TC's about to go down for Daly.
These farmers are just eating it.
Jimmy's got camels, Jimmy's got archers, 2 mangonels. And Daly is just slowly backing up. Bodkin coming in for Daly, so probably looking for skirms. But you need more than skirms. A couple of knights trying to snipe some mangonels. Will not even get one. 1 mangonel with 2 HP left.
But here's the thing, right? If we're just being completely honest. So Jimmy has now destroyed this town center, which looks great. But look at Daly's eco still. And
Daly's eco is good.
Oh, big mangonel shot as well. He's going back for more. No, he fubbed the second one. Oh well. It was looking good. And now range is coming up. He needs to quick wall this. He's just seeding more farms. He has to know that Jimmy's coming.
Yeah, he really needs skirms and pikes at this point. At least 5 or 6 pikes to deal with these camels.
Yeah, this is looking rougher and rougher here.
He's making monks, so there's 1 converted camel.
Hmm.
600 food in the bank for Daly.
Camel dies, and here goes the monk.
15 villagers inside Daly's TC. Now Jimmy has reached the second line of Daly's eco.
Jimmy's on 2 TCs.
There's the GG.
Dang. I mean, well done, Jimmy.
Yeah, you see, we saw Daly get to castle first, brought the knights forward, was applying pressure to Jimmy's base, and then Jimmy just parried it in like 1 blow and just went right back at him.
Yeah.
Anticipated that pikeman upgrade coming in with the Ethiopians, the automatic pikeman upgrade, and had the pikes ready, waited to throw them at the knights until the pike upgrade was there, and then just, yeah, Jimmy had no answer after that. Or Daly had no answer after that.
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic. And Gamers is here saying that Ethiopians have some of the strongest anti-cav options. But yeah, I think you're right, Boxer. I think losing those knights, I think a lot of people underestimate the power of grouping units, of massing units. Just waiting a few more like when I make Indian camels, I like to wait until I have like either until my build fails and I run out of resources and have idled military buildings, or until I have around 20, because then you could just win the game in like one punch. But I think a lot of people feel rushed, like they need to use their army, but it's like you don't really have an army, you only have 6 knights.
Well, good game, Jimmy. Good game, Daily.
Yeah, super fun to watch.
Let's see. Next game. So we've got Benji Gunner and we've got Takedown Stierker. Who do you want to go next, or who do you want to save for last?
Totally up to you, man. I can always reorder them in post.
I'm worried about the people that are here. Let's go take down Stierker. You said Benji's game was pretty good, right?
Takedown Stierker. So we're gonna save Mike's game for later?
We got 3 games left. 2 games left.
Because Mike's here. How long is Mike here for?
And let me see. Maky, I swear to all things, we went over the schedule. Come in here. You're trying to change the schedule.
That's what a producer does. Changes everything to make it better, and then tries and makes everybody happy after they pissed everyone off.
Mike's about to go to bed. We could do Mike. We could do Mike instead of Benji. All right. So Mike Jet versus DukeCanada. This is Mike's home map of Budapest, where you start with 2 TCs. This is interesting. Normally it's a north-south orientation. This is an east-west. Have you seen east-west before?
I saw this. Sorry, Duke. So sorry. I saw this once when I was practicing with Mike. We got a few games in on Budapest, and one of the times we had an east-west or left-to-right one. It's interesting. What I found really interesting about it was that Mike had a really hard time, and I found it super easy.
Oh, dang. I don't have... Because we changed patches, my small trees are gone. Sorry, folks.
Sorry. Free content.
Mike playing Byzantines, one of his secondary civs. DukeCanada playing his unique civ, Sicilians. On Budapest, you start with 2 town centers, 6 total villagers, so 3 for each town center, and also 2 scouts. We had talked last week, or last time we saw this map, that it's often good to group your scouts together instead of trying to scout with both of them at once. That could be a little rough.
Especially if you're a noob.
We see that with Mike. Mike has both of his scouts together, attacking one of Duke's scouts. Duke is running away.
May or may not be something I suggested to him, so sorry, Duke. But
Duke
Duke's
groups
doing
up
it now as well.
pretty early, and both players decide to part ways. This east-west orientation is really throwing me off.
I love like these wood lines are so interesting. There's so many choke points on this particular map generation.
Yeah, it feels a lot different than normal.
Yeah, and for the listeners that aren't watching, basically what we're looking at here is a map called Budapest. We've described it in the past, so I'll just give a brief explanation. You have basically 2 starting town centers, and so there's a total of 4 town centers on the board right now. 2 for Mike, 2 for Duke. Mike basically has the left 50% of the map, and Duke has the right 50%.
This was Mike's home map. It's hard to even guess. I like to call out the number of vills on wood. It's hard to even guess what they're going to do based off of that here, because you're really trying to keep both town centers producing, so you need twice as much on food as normal. You don't need twice as much on wood necessarily, unless you're trying to get out there and hit these lakes for food. But what Mike did on his last game here is he really boomed hard. And his last game was against
That was against
Gunner?
Gunner, which was an amazing match. We saw a lot of scorpions.
Gunner wasn't used to this map. Mike was. Mike plays this quite a bit. And Mike just completely outboomed him. Not even just fast castle, but like fast imp. I think at one point Gunner was at 50 vils and Mike was at 125. Something like that.
Yeah.
So I will say Duke's going to have to keep these town centers producing if he's going to keep up with Mike. And so far, we're looking at 2 minutes and 45-second idle time for Mike and 4 minutes for Duke. So Duke's a little bit behind, 32 vils to 28. Not terrible. But again, Mike's practiced on this map. And he's kind of in the flow. Walls coming up for Duke already.
Again. So interesting to see these walls.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what Duke is gaining here with his walls, because there are some neutral resources.
Security. But I mean, look at this. It's so difficult. Duke has been, he's walling. He's walling nowhere. Do you see this? He's walling the trees in.
He has done that. Maybe he maybe he hadn't scouted all of it.
Yeah, I don't think he had seen it all yet. I think he was just not sure, and I think, you know, it's so ridiculous. Like, your scouts could be inactive, but you're walling this because you know you need to wall, and you're like, I don't have time to do it properly. I just need to get it done. So like,
here's
here's
something interesting. Mike has already clicked feudal age at 38 villagers. Duke is now at 40 villagers, but he's got 6 villagers in queue. So Duke could be going to feudal right now with Mike. But he's going to stay behind.
Yeah, I wonder if Duke had an idea going into this as to what he wanted to do. Fishing ships now, 2 docks for Duke.
Jimmy points out idle TC time is about tied.
Okay.
Right at 4 minutes for both players.
Okay, yeah.
Mike hits feudal. 50 vils for Duke, 42 for Mike. But Duke not clicking feudal yet. Close.
Boxer, I don't want to brag about Kings League, but how many Age of Empires entertainment offerings involve a player whose home map is Budapest?
Not very many. Not very many. It is a unique aspect of our league.
Especially at the elo that Super Kingman is at, I think is also funny because it's just it's such a difficult map. And yet he is being successful on it consistently.
One thing about Mike is he gets something in his head and he just runs with it.
Yeah.
And he will master it, even if it's useless.
I mean, could you imagine though in the playoffs, like him just being the only person who's good at Budapest, and he just beats players much higher elo than him, and somehow like climbs his way up through the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm still working on how we're going to do the playoffs, but there would definitely be some form of home field advantage, even if it's just one game out of the set.
Because in other sports you have your 11th member, the fans. You know, the vuvuzelas, right? But in Age of Empires, until we're doing live events, we can't really do that. So people need something to give them that zhuzh to their play that brings the best out in them and makes it close.
Off the cuff, if we're just brainstorming, I think having the higher ranked player, however we set rank, let's say it's a best of 3, they get to play their home map for one, and they get to choose the map on the other one based off of all the maps that the players have drafted. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then the lower ranked player, they get to play their home map once. Just thinking.
Home map once.
So in a best of 3, the higher ranked player gets to choose 2 maps, basically. Or choose 1 map and play their home map.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think the home maps feature has just been so fantastic. What a joy it is. I mean, look at this. Mike is not even walling. He doesn't even care.
I feel like Mike knows at this point the enemy's going to wall for you, so just let him have it.
Yeah! This is like, I mean, Huang will play these games like where his opponent will full stonewall and he'll just boom. He won't even attack.
Alright, we see Mike buying food, going to castle at 63 villagers. Duke in feudal at 71 villagers, still making bills.
The Duke's doing well. I mean, this is you can see even though Duke has spent all these resources on walling, and has the lesser the experience, he's still maintaining a good village.
Couple idle villagers for Mike. For the first time, Duke has less idle TC than Mike. Mike has 5 minutes, Duke has 4 minutes, 45 seconds.
Minutes? What? Holy! Okay. Okay, that's a lot. That's like 10 bills. That's over 10 bills.
The other thing to remember here is that Byzantines get cheaper Imperial Age.
Yeah.
So Mike could pull off a fast imp pretty easily with this many vills.
You don't want to say Fimp?
I don't. Nope.
Fair. Fair
Duke started in on the fishing ships. Mike has just started considering it, so there's an entire section of food that Mike now has access to.
Ooh, we almost saw the score flip there.
Duke's click castle.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's a 300 score gap in favor of Super King Man.
This is really almost like a fast-paced arena map.
I think it's super fun. I love playing on Budapest now. Obviously, the first 6 or so, 10 or so tries are total awful misery, but you know, once you get past that, it's not that bad.
There's a forward castle by Mike in the north, so that's where he'll start, at least drawing some attention.
Man, you know what the hardest thing about casting these games is that I get so like I'm jonesing to play right now. I want to hop in the game.
We see some cavalry upgrades from Duke. Absolutely no military upgrades from Mike except for fletching. Mike's got 2 more TCs dropped already on the wood lines. He's probably pretty close to Imperial with that reduced.
Boxer, this is fantastic. This is just great. This is what I love. The Budapest meta so far in this league has been playing out as a race to Imperial Age, but wow, Duke loses some bills there.
Yeah, it looks like 6. Lost 6 fields, dropping a counter castle to Mike's. Not a bad play by Duke, you know. Seal off this area in case Mike does poke a hole. I'm telling you, Mike could be an imp right now if he wanted. Duke is going to imp right now.
Yep. Boom.
Wow.
Hashtag boom.
Duke clicking
Hashtag
imp
Fimp.
for Mike, and Mike has the cheaper imp. Mike has 9 minutes of idle TC time across 4 TCs now.
Okay, this is so fantastic because like the idea of going Byzantine fast imp is one that has been really presented in the pro scene lately. So I just love the idea that like Mike was maybe watching one of these professional players executing fast imp Byzantines and thinking like, well, how can I pull that off and have a better eco than opponents that have hundreds of elo more than me? maybe if I pick Budapest. And he's doing it, except this mining camp is atrocious. It just makes me want to cry.
Mike's
I mean,
ahead.
it's not that, I mean, come on, it's not that bad.
Mike's ahead by 12 vills. Duke has no scouting information on Mike at all. He sees some houses and a castle, and that's it. Of course, Mike doesn't have that much more on Duke. So these two players are just flying blind. Military counts 8-2.
I mean, Duke's like, wow, just make some knights, I guess. 3 stable knights, but 2 of them are idle.
All they really got to go on is the score. Duke's about to chop through his walls.
I mean,
Mike can see it. I don't know if Mike notices.
what? Come on, Duke. How are you gonna kill him with this many knights? What's the plan? 1, 2. I'm counting TCs. I see 4 town centers.
Oh,
so
no.
1 more, he could do a full.
Oh
First
no.
Crusade. Is it the overchop?
No. Duke's Stonevilles finished gutting stone and then went to the other stone that was nearby. It just got slaughtered.
That one castle is accounting for almost the entire villager lead that Mike has right now. Which is hilarious if you think about it, because there's so many safe resources.
Alright, still no action. Really no military from Mike except for a ram, some skirms, a few pikes. Mike's running like an AI army over here just in case.
Oh, I'm gonna start calling the AI army the Mike army.
Here's some camels. Yeah, maybe that's what's going on.
Can we just be honest? It's the noob army, right? Like I make them too. The noob army.
No trebs from Duke yet.
That's what I like to call our fans, the noob army.
Cavalier and Halbert coming in for Duke, so he's really investing in these knights.
Look at this fortress from Mike, though. It's like a freaking. It's in this clearing with this. It's kind of sick. I don't know how effective it is, but long term, Duke is gonna start struggling for wood. I don't know if it's gonna go that far, but the trebuchets are gonna break into the Sicilian base soon. But that's a lot of Cavalier coming out from Duke.
Yeah,
5
Duke's
stables running right now.
Duke should think about deleting a wall and a house and just diving those trebs. Castle will drop for Duke.
Yeah.
And it looks
I think
like...
Mike's plan.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think his plan is to make a little bit of everything, and then whatever comes through, he's gonna throw that at, and hope that Duke gets scared and runs away. He's like, 5 bikes, and then you'll have time to make more.
Villager count 119 to 117. Military count 28 to 29. So these players are side by side. Mike has about 1,000-point score lead, but I don't see it on the field, to be honest.
I mean, the trebs, the castles, but
Here's the
now
overchop.
Duke's getting
Overchop's
the
going to be a
trebs.
problem.
Yes, this is exactly what I was looking at. I can't believe that Mike found this as well. Great presence of mind, because he was so busy up north.
Now, what do you respond with if you're Duke? Because you only have knights. Camels aren't the best rating unit, but in these numbers, they're not doing bad.
It's time to move on the other side, but Mike is quick-walled. What a G!
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
I'm just gonna say right now, Mike is getting my most improved player of the week award this week. I'm working on the name of that award still.
Alright, Mike pushing in with pikes against the Treb. All the hostilities are starting kind of on the south side.
Yeah, but you can
Of
see
the
Duke has the
bases.
numbers now. He's pushing Mike out again.
He does have the numbers, 45 military to 23. Duke's Treb will stay up. And it is slowly working down Mike's little fortress castle. Duke's not really committing to go in yet.
Duke trying to repair this castle. Oh my god, it's gonna stay up.
Mike's castle drops. Duke's castle will stay up with 1,000 HP. Cavalier running in through Mike's base.
Yeah, I think Mike is going for pikes now, but I want to see more of these.
He's committed pretty heavily to camels. He's got 14 camels in the queue, 12 on the field.
He needs more stables, though. He needs more stables, a lot more stables.
Oh, these Cavalier are everywhere.
Yeah.
Eco Katie is 41 to 12 Mike's favor, but they're tied in Eco right now.
Defensive castle coming up. I think Mike is just... It's a valiant effort to get it as far as he did, but I think Duke has just done a good job of making a significant amount of army, which Mike just didn't do.
Ooh, just slaughtering Goldvilles. Ignoring Mike's handful of camels. The Cavalier are in a wood line. They're on gold. They're hitting TCs. The only thing safe in Mike's base are fishing ships. Mike's got resources banked up. He got a lot of food, a lot of wood. Duke, on the other hand, is being very efficient. Spent almost all of his resources. He has less than 1,000 of everything. And Mike's military is down to 6. Duke's military is at 50. Mike's villagers 61. Duke 105.
How's Duke going to seal the deal here? He's just killing farms. He's killing everything. I mean, he's all over the place.
Duke has Trebs coming up.
This is just chaos. This is beautiful.
That was a big fight.
Yeah.
That's kind of the risk on this map, right? Like, you're so blind. You kind of got to guess what the other guy's doing, and when the fighting starts.
You know, you could scout, make outposts, make transport ships, and transport army. There's so many options here, folks. So many options.
You could, but scouting, I don't know, scouting feels so expensive on this map. Like, as far as the time and the energy it takes.
The other thing is, like, because Duke walled, Mike, theoretically, should be ahead in economy, right?
Oh, fishing ships are no longer safe. They're getting beat down by Cavalier.
Oh, no. It's just a slaughter.
Alright, Duke's under 100 vills.
Slaughter.
Mike is under 40. But Duke maintaining those 50 military. Oh, Mike even has a doubt castle on the side that Duke saw and finished off. Again, Mike's got the wood and the food. He could drop some production buildings and just be pumping out halbs. But right now he does not have enough. He's trying, he's building more barracks.
The camels are holding up on the right side, but obviously the numbers advantage is just too great now for Duke.
Yeah. I say this is a good game. Good job to Duke for walking into Mike's home map and just not having it.
Yep. I love this Sicilians play though from Duke.
Do you think this was over before the fighting even started? Like, do you think Duke just he made nothing but Cavalier. Still has made nothing but Cavalier and Trebs. Do you think?
I think when Mike clicks up to Imp, if he throws down 5 stables, makes camels, and then as soon as he hits Imp, starts making Trebs, he wins this game easily. But there was just too much of a delay between getting the research of Imperial Age and like you want to be pushing as soon as your first trebuchet comes out, right? And you want your first trebuchet to come out as soon as you hit Imperial Age. So that's the timing you're shooting for when you go imp. You don't want to sit around waiting to sort of decide what to do then. But I think Michael realized, you know, like this portion of his strategy has definitely been challenged a lot more this game than it was last game, so I think he'll learn a lot from this one. You can see he's adapted a lot already.
Yeah, you definitely learn more from losing a game than winning a game.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so here's a little bit of the howled mass, but it's still not enough.
And it's the reduced damage against the Sicilian Cavaliers as well, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And the GG is called. GG is called.
147 halbs made for Mike.
Wow, I'm surprised it was that many. That's the thing is Mike can make a lot of units, but you just don't often see a lot of them in the same place at the same time. They have a short lifespan.
307 killed for Duke. And 33 killed for Mike. That felt very quick.
You think it was quick?
That felt quick.
Well,
I feel like Budapest feels quick because you get so many vills so fast, and things just like some of our other games on Arabia. You know, Dark Age is kind of slow. Not really a lot going on, but these games, like walls are coming down quick. We're at 30 or 40 vills before we hit feudal. It's a fun map. I'm glad that map is in the rotation here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm glad that Mike uses it liberally.
I do think that, yeah, I like that he's picking his home map. And I think you are right when you said that one felt quick, because I do think that Mike has done a really good job of tightening up some key areas of his build.
All right, good game, Duke. Good game, Mike.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was a great one to watch. Yeah.
All right, last game.
It aroused a rowdy debate in the chat as well.
Let's see. Yeah, we're going to switch back over again.
Okay. I'm going to be so good at this. I'm going to practice it tonight. Stay up into the wee hours, just going back and forth.
All right, give us 1 second. We got to switch. There we go. Do the update.
I broke it. 1 sec. I broke something. I think a decent amount of the reason that I suck at technology is because my equipment is ill-suited to what I'm doing.
See you later, Jimmy. Thanks for hanging out with us.
See you, Jimmy. Glad you could make it. Oh, you got the sub.
Oh, thanks, Jimmy. My man.
Yeah.
Get those hot BoxerSaint emotes.
Nice.
That Louise has better ones.
Yeah. Fucking Louise, man. She's been sending me more and more messages. So fun.
Yeah, Jimmy, thanks for playing, man.
Hey, Psych, man. You should ask BoxerSaint about the new emote that he wants.
Psychman and I talked about emotes for a minute.
He wants a FIMP emote.
Never said that.
It stands for fast imp. A Byzantine FIMP. BizFimp.com.
I want a...
Hi, welcome to BizFimp.
I have a...
I'm writing that down. Let's go in my book.
I have an animated emote slot. I just want Maky like hump in the air. I don't want the word fimp to come out. Fimp.
Hide your children. There are fimps out.
Or maybe here's what I need. I need an emote, an animated emote of myself. I want to wave my hand across the air. And I want the letters IDC to show up. Because I don't care. And then whatever you say, I just want to do my animated emote. I don't care.
That is actually a really good one.
That would be good.
My computer's basically crashing.
All right, I guess I'll just solo this one. All right, here we go on Takedown's inaugural game on this home map of Aftermath. Immediately taking a scout cav towards the trade workshop, which are already visible on the map for you.
Loving this.
One trade workshop in Takedown's possession. Tiercel.
Slower to the punch.
Yep. Surely he understands the map. He looks like he's heading towards the trade workshop.
That was on the verge of being so condescending.
Well, he was kind of getting some sheep, and I was like, is he just gonna do normal scouting?
Yeah,
there we go.
I think that's just the difference between prioritizing your standard start and prioritizing the trade workshops. But one each.
So these are getting a trickle of resources. Zach's gonna take the other trade workshop immediately after.
Awesome.
Now both are in Zach/Takedown's possession. The other weird thing about this map is how far out the wood lines are. That's a lot of walking to get out to some wood.
Yeah, it's always so tricky to me, like trying to decide where I'm gonna go. That feels like your big first sort of migration out of your burning village.
All right, here's a fight.
Make sure you can defend it.
First swing goes to Takedown, and Tiercel will run away. And it'll be a minute before Tiercel can get these trade workshops. He'll have to divert a villager, or just take it on the nose, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Tiercel is running to the other trade workshop. At this point, he does not know that Zach has it, but
he's got to be able to guess, right?
You can assume. Barracks coming down pretty early for Takedown, probably so he can get some military out to start contesting these. All right, now workshops are 1-to-1. Just to give you an idea of what that looks like, another player's on gold. Takedown has 240 gold. Tiercel has 125. It's also trickling in food and wood as well. So it's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Militia coming out.
When they first came out with this, I was getting free elo because you started with the barracks, and I was just playing so aggressively for the workshops.
Yeah, they pulled the barracks off now, which is probably for the best.
I agree. But
still, you're not too far from having. I mean, we're 5 minutes in, and here's a militia on a scout. Tiercel's gonna run. Tiercel can kite around this workshop and keep it as long as he's touching it. It takes some focus.
Then he has to always pay attention to it. That's horrible.
Yeah. And here comes
trying to right now, but here comes Takedown Scout.
Takedown with a scout. And a militia at the other workshop to protect it. And Tiercel abandons it and decides, probably for scouting information, that's what I would do. Get out of here and go scout.
Yeah, I'm keen to see if Tiercel gets up to anything with the Berbers.
So feudal for Tiercel already. Takedown. Almost there. Yep, feudal. Currently 18 bills to 20. Takedown's favor.
I mean, takedown has almost 300 gold. As Saracens, when he gets a market up, you know, he can convert that gold trickle into any other resource.
Oh yeah. Tiercel took a trade workshop for a minute and then handed it right back. So what do you do in this position? You know you're losing that trickle of resources. It's really going double to takedown. I mean, do you boom out of it? Do you go aggressive feudal and try to take them back? Do you ignore them?
Well, look at this. I mean, at this rate, with the amount of resources that takedown has, he could build a market and almost get up.
Go straight to castle.
I think he's got too much on wood now.
Well, that wood can just as easily be gold. It can just as easily be anything else.
True.
Can you ever be on too much of anything with the Saracen?
I don't think the idea to go fast castle is here for takedown because he doesn't seem to be getting any market, any blacksmith. He's not getting anything actually. Oh wait, sorry.
The 2 archery ranges. The 2 archery ranges as soon as we get to feudal.
So it will not be the 20 fast castle. Alas. Ideas for the future, perhaps.
There's a blacksmith. So takedown wants to go archers. Oh, we got scouts coming in for Tiercel. He's gonna maybe try to take some fights on this workshop.
But he's already losing so much HP on that one scout. Oh, but
good micro from
Take out over
Tiercel.
micros there. Tiercel is very good at micro.
Very smart move.
Right there, I don't know what takedown was doing, but that was a tragic loss of scout.
The spear will be critical.
Kind of stacking both sides, like garrisoning both sides.
Not good.
Men at arms upgrade.
Where was that?
Tiercel. Takedown got the men at arms upgrade.
Oh really?
It only has 1.
Okay, there's a workshop back in Tiercel's possession.
A lot invested to get that though. Let's see if it's worth it because Tiercel needs to hold this. But look at this. Here comes takedown with 4 archers.
Yeah, the problem here is takedown knows where the fight needs to be.
Exactly. And knows what the military was, right? So now there's a spear here, but the spear is just going to get eliminated.
Yeah, I wonder why you do a spear.
Probably because there used to be a scout, right? So I just feel like takedown has the upper hand here. Just they had the resources, so. And they're still holding the one on the left. Now they have the one on the right. Range for Tiercel though.
The one thing with this map is you've got a clock, right? You've got a clock in your mind that you know every second you don't have that workshop, you're falling behind more and more.
But what if Tiercel was to simply, you know, attack this wood line, right? Because what does Tiercel have to show for their military so far? And takedown doesn't want to move the military forward because they want to hold these workshops. But this is where the experience on this map really comes into play, knowing how people will react to different situations. And just knowing what options are available.
So Tiercel still poking at the workshops. He obviously knew the archers were on the right side. He went to the left workshop, found spears and a men-at-arms. Military counts are 19-6 in favor of takedown.
That's like, how do you overcome that right now?
Bill count
plan
32-31 for takedown, and takedown's almost has resources for castle.
Stierker needs to just pause, think of a plan, and then execute it well. Trickling in units in different places, I feel like Stierker's trying to do all of the damage required to catch back up all at once, but it's not going to work that way. Takedown trying to quick wall a Vil there.
And did it. Did it.
Should
1
not have been
HP
allowed
left.
To have that Villa left alive.
1 HP left. And he's still micro. She lives. She lives.
This is just... And how do you feel if you're Stierker? Stierker laughs. Oh, jeez. The score, I mean, the score is very even still, though. So I feel like Stierker's not just going to resign, right?
Alright, Skirmishers on the left workshop. Doing good.
It's all about balance here.
I mean, this is not a bad play. If you can get one workshop out of Takedown's hands, that's at least, you know, half the resources gone. You're not going to catch up. You're not going to overtake him, but you can slow down the lead. And Stierker's pretty close to castle himself. Men-at-Arms for Takedown was on stand ground, it looks like, because he's not moving.
Yeah, that's just bad orders, you know? That poor guy sitting there with 100 javelins in his chest, like, I was told not to move. I think Takedown right now, over-fixating on these workshops. Just, at this point, you can go forward with the army, but I think the score, probably feeling a little uncomfortably close.
Oh yeah, Stierker with a lead somehow.
Yeah.
So he will move forward with the archers. 18 archers here. The workshops are split. I really don't get the sense that Stierker is rattled here.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
I did get that sense when Stierker kept just losing units across the map, but somehow the KD is still only 7 to 8.
Yeah, he'll be less than a minute and a half behind the castle. He'll have bloodlines, he'll have gold mining upgrade.
I think if Takedown had pounced right after Stierker had laughed, I think it could have been a pretty quick GG, but
there you go. Stierker sees those archers,
yeah,
pulls those gold
reaction.
miners.
Very good reaction time.
Takedown won't even get a single shot. Oh, 2 Vils down, 3 Vils down. Stierker got a little loose on that. Let's see, Knights coming in for Stierker. And this little wood eco for Stierker has fallen back. And is constructing a town center on a wood line. Oh, and a little rope-a-dope. Stierker's throwing knights at the trade workshop now that Takedown is on the offensive.
Love this, man.
But Takedown's throwing his own knights at Stierker's workshop, so they'll just trade.
Yeah. How crazy is that? They both have 2 knights at the other person's workshop at the same time. The issue is Takedown takes it back.
Yep, now both workshops are back in Takedown's possession. So if you're in this position for Stierker, I feel like good trades are more important than ever. Like, you literally can't afford to throw anything. Takedown can throw this whole army.
Well,
probably fine.
The thing is, there's a certain point where you have to realize that every attempt you're making to try and wrest control of these workshops back is not working. So at some point you need to realize you can't just keep throwing units at the problem. You have to rethink your strategy. So Stierker is actually trying to mass up some units now before just sending them in, which I like.
Not enough.
Not enough though. I think it's too late. I think there's, or like go raid with those knights. Don't worry about, why are you fighting Stierker's gonna lose this fight and he knows it.
Takedown has 1 knight. Getting a little bit of value here on the west side. Yeah, I think a raid with those knights would have been better. The archers are obviously going to be slower to get there. Here come knights and archers on Styrker's main base. 2 vills down.
Styrker's
3 vills down.
Stone again.
Eco KD 10-0 takedowns favor.
Wow. This town center though is so crucial for Styrker right now on the left, guaranteeing him the wood access.
Yep. Alright, here's some night raids. And that 1 HP Veal could get poked right there to do it. There she goes. She's finally dead. So 2 Veals went down that I saw. Oh, maybe 4. Eco KD is 4-11 now. Oh, a forward castle from takedown.
This is hitting the stone, hitting 3 production buildings. And what can Styrker do about these crossbows? I mean, the Saracen's crossbows, he can just take down these buildings, right?
Yep. He gets extra damage.
Does he do it though? Now he's starting to do it. Look at that thing go. Oh, but Mangonel.
Yep.
What's the reaction?
Good micro from takedown. Good hit. Ooh.
This is too much for me. This is too much like a... Ooh.
Castle's gonna be very important. Oh. It's down and so are the Vills. And so is the Mango. So close.
Can't believe it. That was total freaking Reservoir Dogs right there.
49-42 Vills. Actually, was Styrker as a Vill lead. Both players on 2 TCs.
Blacksmith about to go down for Styrker. Down to 2 knights. And what does Styrker have? He's sending Vills across the map. No one wants to lose, Boxer, you know? Like, no one wants to lose these games. They want, like, people are gonna fight till the end. That's what they're showing. You have to be ready to close your games out.
Well, trade workshops are open.
Yeah. That's always a way back in. But the deficit is looking large here for Styrker, making another 10th center. But he's almost been spotted.
Alright, takedown making an assault on the left base with cavalry and making an assault on the primary base with archers.
He's everywhere.
43 archers.
He's microwing the crossbow against the knights. Scorpion is doing some work, but he kills that.
Styrker's not repairing this market, and knights are in. But he's gonna pull back, and Styrker calls it GG. That felt about right to me.
Yeah, I think at that point it's pretty hard to argue that your opponent's gonna drop the game. There's Mamelukes being made. I mean, takedowns is very far ahead at this point. Loved seeing Aftermath though.
Yeah, I like Aftermath. That really had a lot of a feel of almost like a water map, where like where do you put your attention at? You know what I mean? Trying to draw as much of the opponent's attention here.
Yeah.
But minimizing your own attention. And I think Takedown had just enough attention to the workshops and then it required an overreaction from Stierker to wrestle him back, and even then he didn't do it. So it's tough. It's a tough balance to hit.
Yeah, I think like one thing that's going to be a tricky for all of Takedown's opponents is that Takedown is going to have a bigger playbook of options because he's just going to be more used to playing Aftermath. I think other players are going to struggle. They're going to I think over focus on these workshops at the wrong times. That's just my guess.
Yeah, it's hard to know when to hit them and when not. But I think having that early barracks was crucial for Takedown to be. You need to be in two places at once, and you can't do it. So you either need to send a Vil forward or get the barracks down.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like Stierker just wasn't able to commit to something in a moment that actually turned it for him. I think he was doing a lot of trickling in units. There wasn't a mass, there wasn't an army built up that could actually take something and hold it. There's not really much point in taking the hill when you know that your opponent can just send reinforcements to kill whatever it is that's left. That's a Pyrrhic victory because it doesn't get you anything. It just sets you back resources, but your opponent's getting more resources. So even if you trade evenly, you're still down.
Yeah, I think the army high is telling as well. 62 military for Takedown, 9 for Stierker.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I mean, Stierker got off to like a Takedown. I think was already picking up the workshop by the time Stierker started going towards it. So
yeah,
little things like that. Because then Takedown was on the left side and managed to get it as soon as Stierker left. So yeah, lots to consider. I'm curious to see how the adaptations come in. I hope we get to see more of Aftermath. And considering Zach just won on it, I wouldn't be surprised if we do. Welcome to the league. Takedown 66.
Yep, good game, good win. Good inaugural game for Takedown.